Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Free Bridge podcast with your host, Brian. This is Brian Castillo. And we got two special guests today. I flew them in from, Matt, I flew in from
You didn't fly
Arizona.
me. I drove 3 days.
He drove from Arizona.
I drove from New York.
So I said on my last podcast, right before it was over with Jose, I said that I was going to have the Felicos on. And I don't know how I was able to do it, but I got them on. So it comes with great honor to introduce the Felicos. I have on my right, Matt.
Hello.
That's Matt. And on my left, I got Chris.
Hello.
I'm Matt. I hope I'm getting paid for this.
I'm Chris, and I am getting paid for this.
No, I'm unemployed right now.
I took a personal day.
Actually looking for a job. If anyone, please, I'll send you a resume. Give me some emails.
So one of the things that I don't have is money. So they are doing this pro bono out of the kindness of their heart.
That's the two of us.
Including being your business manager.
So once again, it's just a laid-back discussion. We're sitting back having beers. They came all the way out to my apartment.
It's cider.
It's
Get it right.
Beer, cider.
Chris, you want to plug it?
It's Doc's Draft Pear Hard Apple Cider from Warwick, New York. Warwick Valley Winery.
So we originally got the apple. The pear is better, though.
I've had the pear. I've had the pear.
You are right now. You're actually drinking it right now as we speak. Yeah.
Yo, okay,
of course
so
you've had it.
This is the Warwick, the one that I went to. I actually went to this one, and they have like a gourmet pizza oven right there.
Correct.
I had that.
Is that Warwick Valley?
Yeah. They also
Black
have that.
Dirt?
They have that at Penning's as well.
Okay.
It's really good.
But
and
Penning's is just Penning's.
I don't even know where Warwick is.
It's beautiful out there.
I live there.
It is really nice. I want to go to the drive-in.
Okay, so I want to start off by pretty much, you guys introduce yourselves. There's a reason why I put you on the show. Is because you guys are great at telling stories.
Sexy.
And you guys are geniuses. But more importantly, you guys were some of the best influences in my life growing up.
Agreed.
That's probably not a good thing.
No, it probably isn't, but I had a lot of great stories to talk about, and it'll be great on the podcast.
Chris is very abusive.
So, to the fans that are listening, if I even have fans, I don't know if anybody even likes me.
You got 11 subscribers.
So,
right?
11 subscribers.
Oh,
No,
you got to
it's
say,
7.
like, subscribes, baby.
Oh, yes, I forgot to say that. I'm going to need you guys, if this is your first time hearing me, if you could just like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, that will be amazing. It's a great way to show your support.
Please do. If you don't like the podcast name too, send us more comments because I'm a little dicey on it.
Okay, so the thing about the name...
It does, now that you mentioned it and told me a little bit of the backstory and I saw the Freedom Bridge, it makes more sense. But you got to take the Brooklyn Bridge off. It confuses
the
me.
only thing I could find.
Matt gets confused
Dude,
easily.
you can open your windows. The Freedom Bridge is right outside your window.
I know, but you need like the way YouTube
There's no
is,
Google Images.
There's no Google Images.
None.
Matt,
No.
we're in Pennsylvania. There is no Google yet. It's about 30 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook's on its way, right?
What'd you
now.
call it? Pentucky or some shit?
Yeah, Pennsyltucky.
Pennsyltucky.
Actually, I got to give Joe Lordy some credit for that because he calls it Pennsyltucky. He is a Pennsylvania resident, so do not get offended.
Technically, I'm not in Pennsylvania.
Hey, listen,
I'm
guys.
in Jersey.
Invest in Google, Amazon, and Apple.
Brian, if you
It
open
will
your
go
window,
up.
you're in Pennsylvania. Are you not?
Well, if I look out my window, you can
No,
still
not look.
see
If
Jersey.
you open it and put your hand out, it's now Pennsylvania.
No, you got to cross the bridge.
You got to cross the Freedom Bridge. That's the
Okay.
whole reason for the
I
podcast,
stand corrected.
which just makes no sense because it's the Brooklyn Bridge on your
I
picture.
should probably. All right, so I'm going to
So
explain.
which side is free, New Jersey or Pennsylvania?
Both sides. It doesn't matter which side you
So
go
then
on.
why have a bridge for freedom? Whatever.
No, well, essentially the bridge.
It's a
is-
metaphor.
It's a free bridge. There's no.
But
no
it
toll
actually
or anything
happened.
Like that.
Okay, now it's all starting to make sense.
It's
as
a
you're
toll-free
explaining this.
bridge, and it came to my. It just came to.
Yeah, you looked out the window and you're
And
like,
I was
oh,
like,
that's
oh
a bridge.
shit, there's a bridge
It's
out
the
there. It's
bridge.
free. I'm gonna
Nice.
call. No, and the bar right here. I have a bar right in front of my apartment, and it's
Not a
called the
good thing.
Free Bridge Wine and Spirits.
Welcome to Pennsyltucky.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I think I should call the podcast the Free Bridge Podcast. And
See, now it makes sense. Like, I hated the name. I didn't understand what it was for.
I love it now.
yeah,
I really like it. I'm sold on it.
I'm all in.
No comments, guys. No comments. It's
Here's the
already
thing.
sold.
Trish had told me that it almost sounds like you're doing like a free bridge to have people come on the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, one of the things I want to do on the show is talk to random people and people that I think are worth talking to, but also that way I can learn more about fucking...
So there's Trish with the serendipity.
Also,
Yeah, she's so
another
fucking
thing, it's
smart.
free to subscribe and like as well.
Mhm.
So it's completely free.
It is free. It
That's
is
free. Okay.
I'm
Just wanna
putting all
make
my
sure.
content on
and they
on
can't
YouTube.
see you because they're not even on Google.
Chris, why don't you give an introduction yourself? Let's get.
Well,
let's get
before
into
we
it.
even get to introductions, I just have to say, Brian, I'm so proud of you because you didn't sell out. Although, let's stand corrected on one thing because you had no opportunity to sell out. Let's just be honest.
That's a good
Well,
point.
I
I didn't
did.
think about
I
that.
did have the opportunity.
But for all intents and purposes for this conversation, Brian, thank you for not selling out because I really thought you were going to kill yourself, and you didn't. And I know because I sold out.
Dude, I was in a dark place in St. Louis.
I'm in a dark place.
Dude, yeah, that arch. Big shadow it cast.
Yo, the thing about St. Louis is it's not even close to what it's like here in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, they have a different set of rules out there.
Same thing in Arizona, man.
Yeah, well, it's the
even
National
more
League, so the
so.
pitchers hit.
They don't have liquor stores in Arizona.
They don't?
You go to anything, grocery store,
Uh-huh.
CVS, anything. You could buy liquor anywhere.
Really?
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the same way in St. Louis. In fact, you can go to the movie theater, and they have fucking...
You're like, oh, you want some Tito's? Yeah, we'll get you some Tito's, baby.
you're here for, like, I don't know, you go to a pharmacy, and they're like, okay, you need this for whatever, you have diarrhea. Oh, here's some beer with that, too. Or
you want some Pepto-Bismol with Tito's in it?
It's a great mixed drink.
but then you come up to my neck of the woods, and we just go to fields that grow apples, and we're like, oh, let's make alcohol.
Yeah.
We just drink.
That's actually even better.
It's great.
Okay, Chris, get in your introduction, man.
So this is Chris Felico.
He's proud
Hi,
of you.
Chris Felico.
How did you well, I want to tell the story of how you met me. Well,
Oh, you got to tell that because
so I'll start it
it's a
with
dark
I
time
should
in my
probably
life.
start it off.
the way I met
Well, yeah,
you.
you should.
right?
Yeah, start off.
So I think it was back in high school. We were on the
It was JV.
JV football.
I was in
football,
college.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
right, you'd be in high school, right?
All right, so
Coach Roth and who was the other coach?
oh shit, Warner? No, that was
Not
varsity.
Warner. Yeah, that was.
I don't think it
varsity.
matters. We had coaches.
Coach Roth. Yeah, it was,
They
Coach
coached
Roth
us.
is the one that I remember.
That's all that matters. They coached
Yeah.
us.
Well, wait, we already know October 2nd, 2005. Meadowlands, New Jersey.
Yes, that's where I met Chris. So on the football team, right? We were both like backup running backs, and
I was not a backup. What are you
In
talking about?
JV,
talking about me and Matt.
Okay, so
Oh.
in JV we were not backup running backs.
Yeah, we
that
were.
was varsity.
No.
At least me.
No, because we had Chris Landry. Remember, Chris Landry was the.
I was a corner. I wasn't a running back until junior year.
Oh.
I was a corner.
I love how
slash
we're supposed to be
safety,
talking about how we
sometimes
met, and
monster.
somehow
Yeah.
it's about you and Matt
Yeah.
playing football
Yeah,
and
okay,
JV,
so-
Well, that's
varsity,
because
backup,
these are
not
small
backup.
details.
without
don't
me,
really
you wouldn't
matter.
have met him.
Touche.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Go.
Essentially, everybody knows from my previous podcast when I was talking to Jose, we didn't really grow up under the best circumstances when it came to money. Like, we weren't fucking rock stars, or we were kind of poor. And so I never went to a football game, but one of the things that we have in common is that I'm a huge Giants fan, as we will.
Go Giants.
Yes, we're huge Giants fans. And me and Matt, one day, just we bonded on the sideline, and we were talking football for like a good hour.
Gotta
And
be at least.
And finally, he's like,
Of course, we're on the sidelines. That's
yeah,
not
we're
good.
not fucking playing. And so he goes, you ever been to a Giants game? And I'm like, nah, dude, I don't even know what that's
I
like.
listened to them on the radio.
Yeah, I think I saw a guy wearing a Giants jersey once, and then he
Kind of
goes,
looked athletic.
and then that's when you said to me, you're like, oh, dude, I
got an extra ticket.
I got season tickets. Like we go to every game, and we have great seats. We sit in the front. I'm like, wait, you're so lucky. It was like, oh, and you were like, and then I wanted to ask you, but I also didn't want to come off as like, hey man, come on, can you help? Can you like do a Make-A-Wish Foundation for this Mexican guy? And you were like,
I thought you were Ecuadorian.
Nicaraguan. I don't think it mattered at that point. It could have said anything.
No, it didn't matter.
And you were like,
I loved you, so.
yeah.
Well,
It was weird.
It is weird.
Because
There were
didn't-
sparks flying.
Here's
as
the
soon as we
thing.
met.
I think we only spoke maybe twice before that.
Yeah,
You
we
and
didn't
Matt?
speak.
And then that day.
That moment, it was like, are you a Giants fan? And you're like, yeah, I'm a Giants fan. Of course I am. Tiki Barber. What?
Oh, dude.
Brian.
At the time, I fucking loved Tiki Barber. He was
Yeah.
like, I would have kissed him. If I saw him in the streets, I would have made out with that
See,
guy. Now I hate his guts.
A
He's
lot of
piece
people
shit.
have. I don't have a vendetta against them.
Really?
And the crazy
He fucking
thing.
talks so much shit
he
about
did,
the
but
Giants.
You know what though? He talked a lot of shit about Eli, and guess what?
He's right.
The next year, he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, to shove it
Maybe-
down his throat because he's such a dick.
But that's the thing. If he never said it, maybe we won the Super
I
Bowl.
think Tiki
But-
Barber is a great forecaster because he is spot
Oh,
on
God.
Eli
He
Manning
did
right now.
news. He
Don't
did
even
do
get me
news.
started.
He did do the news. What an idiot.
No, but the thing is with Tiki Barber, he's by far the best running back in Giants history.
That's
I don't
real
think
hard.
it's close. No, but 3-4 years,
Well,
he
he
was
is.
debatably the best running back in football. I mean,
Yeah.
he did everything.
he was a cute guy. He was cute.
Yeah, but you know what though? He always,
Hell of a smile.
even
too.
during those 3 years,
$1
there
million
was
smile.
Priest
Oh, my God.
Holmes, there was Sean Alexander, and then it was Larry
LaDainian-
Johnson.
well, you had
so he always
LaDainian-
had that one guy.
LaDainian
competing with
Tomlinson
him.
too for a lot of his career.
He wasn't really that good.
I mean, he did win some. He broke some records.
He has a vendetta against the Chargers for some reason. He
No,
just,
just
doesn't like them.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Just LaDainian Tomlinson.
You like Phil Rivers?
Touche. I do
Yeah,
not
that's what I
like.
thought. Shut up.
I don't like Philip Rivers.
Phil
at all.
Sean
Rivers is
Merriman, you like
fucking-
him?
Who
Lights
likes-
Out?
Does anyone like Sean Merriman?
I'm sure he likes himself.
He does. He does love.
I
it.
even think he's down on himself. He sold his own stock.
Yeah, he did. He
I
did.
mean, I would have sold it. Yeah.
all right, hold on.
No
So
doubt.
back to us talking on the sideline,
Talk on the sidelines.
and Matt just ran and
Of
we
your
didn't-
JV football game.
and we
Bench
didn't even-
warmers.
Yeah, we didn't fucking play. And I don't know why. You just decided, you want to come to the game? Like, I'll just talk to my brother. We're gonna go this Sunday. You can come with us. And dude, I swear to you, the back of my head is like, is this really happening? Like, am I gonna?
That's what I was thinking.
I
when
thought you were gonna
actually-
say, I'm
when I
just
met
fucking with you. I'm not.
I'm just
Nobody
kidding.
has tickets to
I
the
would
Giants.
never give you a ticket.
Yeah. And when he said that, I was like, is this real? And he's like, give me your number. And then later on, he texted me. He's like, hey, man, like, so, yeah, we'll pick you up at whatever. I think we went early. And it was real. And so I was like, dude, oh, my God, I'm going to fuck this up.
And that was the old Giants
I'm
Stadium.
gonna fuck
Yeah.
this up. It was like a date.
Yeah, dude, because I'm like, and I'm thinking, these guys are going to hate me.
I need to impress them.
Yeah, that's honestly because I'm like, oh, God.
You're nervous, dude.
Ma, should I wear the white
three
jersey or should I
people-
wear the blue jersey?
One
Yeah.
person you don't know.
That's exactly what I did.
One person you don't know, his brother and his not wife at the time.
No, I didn't.
But-
Me and
No.
Lauren weren't married yet.
Yeah. Well, you weren't even close to married.
No, that
It's
was
like
your
5
girlfriend.
years prior. Oh, no, it was his
Actually, yeah,
girlfriend.
we were only together for like a year at
It
that
was
point.
Yeah.
It was or a serious relationship.
Yeah, you were pretty
Serious day one.
The
Yeah, it was
fact that-
serious day one.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Serious.
I would
Yes.
say 3 weeks. 3 weeks, a month in, it was like, okay, this may be the one. At least for me, I was like, I lost my brother forever.
It's
But
true.
Lauren-
Every time
Lauren
a friend,
is amazing. She's a great mom. She's a nice person. Nicest
That's
person.
right, Chris.
She's way
You had-
too good for Chris.
yeah, you just and
I don't know what she's doing.
so you
On a
got two
character
kids.
scale, yeah, she's way too
Oh
good
my
for
god,
me.
yeah.
You have two kids
No,
now?
Yep.
2 kids.
Oh
yeah.
my god, they're beautiful.
Wow. That's-
Ava is gorgeous, and Grayson, that's my boy, man. That's my man.
Yep, there you
What's
go.
his middle
He's
name?
actually my boy.
What's
but
his middle name?
Matthew?
His middle name is Matthew, after me.
It's because we felt
His
bad for
uncle
you.
loves him, by the way.
I didn't want you to kill yourself.
And I love Ava too, even though sometimes she thinks I'm a monster. Literally.
Okay, so
Okay, so we meet. You go to the game. Lauren thinks you're a nut job.
well, okay, so
Lauren and Chris think you're a nut
so
job.
this is when
Lauren and Chris think you should be institutionalized. and
Exactly,
I
dude.
didn't necessarily disagree with them.
So for everybody listening, around that time in my life, I was, believe it or not, even more immature than I am now.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was on another level of fucking immature.
It was a royal flush of immature.
Here's what I said, so you can it perfectly illustrate how fucking immature I was. So, as soon as I meet Chris goes, "Oh, Brian, what do you think about the Giants? What do you think of their chances against the Rams?" I'm like, "Fucking Eli, he's gonna jizz all over that fucking team. I can't." And that was my thing. I would say, "Oh, he's gonna jizz on them. He's gonna jizz all over the fucking. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Eli Manning's
I've
the
never
best."
been more
Mind you-
mortified in my life.
My future wife is standing
I was
2
like, oh my
inches
God,
next
what have
to
I
me.
done?
Has never met Brian.
I've never met you either.
And-
and
no,
that's my
And
first words.
The illustration of jizzing and Eli Manning is being put in her head,
That's when
which
you
I
looked
did
at
not
me.
appreciate.
That was the second worst thing I've ever heard about Eli. That Philly fan saying Eli deserves to be in a body bag. That was probably the
Fucking
worst thing.
Philly fans. I hate
Yeah,
them.
I hate them.
We'll
We'll
get
get
to
into that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite part about that was when we got to the stadium, because now I was like a fucking little kid. Like I remember we go into the parking lot, and I'm looking at the stadium. I'm going, oh my god, it's Giant Stadium. You guys,
what I
dude,
see
we've
on
been-
TV.
Yeah. And then I was like, I was saying that in the car. I was like, yo, are we gonna be on TV? Like, what if I go streaking on the field? And Chris was like, dude,
No, you'll get tased.
You're not gonna get rid of my fucking tickets. These are my season tickets. I'll kill you. And when we got there, I remember going into the stadium. Well, first I remember he goes, "Hey Brian, you like throwing the football around?" I'm like, "We're gonna throw the football around at Giant Stadium."
That's
I
what
was
we
like-
do on the
I
sideline.
was like such a kid. And then when we go into the stadium, as soon as we walk through like the tunnel, and you're going down to get your seats, I remember you guys are both talking to me like, Brian, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do this and that, and I think you guys really
Yeah,
liked it.
Matt and I were kept walking down the steps like normal human beings. Like, all right, let's go to the seats. And then we're like, wait, where's Brian?
And I'm all the
And
way
we
at the
look back
top.
20 rows, and he's still at the top looking around like it's the Coliseum, and there's gladiators and lions around.
Yeah, dude, that's what it was to
Yeah.
me. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've seen this artwork. It's like, dude, it's
You
the
know-
Meadowlands.
you know
It
what, though?
smells like dirty
we didn't
water.
appreciate it because we were there all the time. But I remember the first time I walked in that stadium, you saw the field. It was magical. It was a
Dude.
magical moment that can't be described,
Dude, I was
and
like,
you can't get it on social media.
No.
No.
I was I was
Oh, you
blown
Twitter
away by
trolls
that
out
shit,
there.
dude. I was blown away because, dude, you got to remember, like, where I used to play with fucking cardboard boxes
Yeah.
and like put them as like well, that's going to be home plate. This will be first base. That's how we play baseball. When we play football, we would play
Cry me a river.
in like a factory with like fucking grass. Like, oh, that's the longest grass patch. We'll play there. And there's broken glass and like screws.
Wasn't your dad a
and nails.
landscaper?
My dad was. He
Still is a
landscaper.
He couldn't
He's a
fix the
business
grass.
owner, though.
He's a
He owns his
business
own
owner. He owns-
business.
he owns-
100%.
100%.
100%.
But he
Yeah.
couldn't fix the grass. I'm just saying.
Well, that wasn't our field.
He didn't have that contract quite yet.
We had to like climb
With
fucking.
MetLife Stadium just quite yet.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He does the shrubs outside, though.
So, and I remember at the game, like we went down to the barricade or whatever, and we were sitting on the away side. So the Rams were there.
Yes, we were.
And I was like, I fucking hate that. I wish I was on the other side so I can see my heroes. And then Chris is like, it's okay, Brian. You see, the offense likes to practice right here in front. They throw the football around. You'll get to see them, buddy. And I was like, are you for real? And you're like, don't worry, Brian.
And I'm like, and then Tiki Barber will come over and he'll make fun of Eli Manning right here.
Dude, and then
Right here.
And then when Tiki Barber came over and he was throwing the ball with Brandon Jacobs, I started screaming. I was like, "Ah, Tiki, I love you!" And Tiki looks up at me. I saw his eyes like make eye contact, and I was like, "Ah!" He looked at me.
He
Go.
literally took a mental picture and was like, America's Most Wanted.
And you guys just went. You guys were like, "Dude, stop fucking! You're embarrassing.
Stop
You're
harassing
a
Tiki
bitch."
Barber.
You're embarrassing me.
And then I touched Brandon Jacobs' head because I remember he threw the ball, and Brandon Jacobs caught it in the end zone, and then he hit up against the wall, and I reached over and I slapped his helmet. And I was fucking screaming like, I touched his helmet and everything. You're like, all right, we got that.
You're like, you're going to get the first down on 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl in 2 years.
We're not with him. We're not with him.
Yeah, the guy, and the guys were like, all right, get back to your fucking seats. Get away from us. Like, go out there. And I remember we saw Turtle. Didn't we see Turtle from
Jerry
did.
Ferrara.
We
That
did
was
see
not
Jerry
that day,
Ferrara.
though.
No.
That wasn't that day. That was a night game.
That was the
Oh.
Patriots.
And I went over to him.
You?
Yeah.
Turtle from
You know,
Entourage.
The crazy thing is Matt DeVivo's uncle did a documentary.
Matt DeVivo was a friend of ours, a
It's
mutual friend that went
yeah.
with us.
Well, not a mutual friend.
I don't think
He's
we have
my
permission
friend
to
more
mention
so
Matt
than yours.
DeVivo, but since
Yeah.
we just going to talk
No,
about
but his uncle did a documentary with Jerry Ferrara.
Uncle Ray.
Yeah, Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, Ray DeVivo says hello. And he's like, oh, man, that's cool. And I was like, hey, man, I'm a big fan of yours. Love Entourage. And, okay, so that's the thing with Entourage, though, that the Giants fans hate the Patriots. I don't get that.
Uh-huh.
I love the Patriots.
I do too.
They give
I
us
do
2
too.
Super Bowls. And
They
they
gave me
stomp the
2
Jets
of my
out
top
every year.
5
They wrap
moments
it
of
up.
my life are from the Patriots.
Seriously, so I don't get that whole vendetta. I love the Patriots.
Man, that season
I wish
was
Tom
crazy.
Brady won this. That's you know what? Now I hate them because they lost to the Eagles.
Well,
Really
no.
pissed me
Here's the
off.
funny thing, right?
Okay.
Since we're going to get on the Eagles topic,
Let's not.
I
get on
just
it. Let's just
let's not talk about the Eagles' victory. But if you all remember, after 2011, Giselle was walking around the stadium after the Giants just beat their ass again and was like, "Oh, my husband can't throw the ball. I can catch it too." Because
Wes Welker. Yeah,
Wes Welker
That
dropped
was
the ball.
pretty bad. He should've caught
And
that
why did the Patriots lose the Super Bowl to the Eagles? Because Tom Brady can't fucking catch. So good call, Giselle. You called it.
ball. That is kind of true, but it was that fumble, man. You know what? He threw for over 500 yards. You win
Matt,
that game.
He dropped the ball. Nick
Yeah, no,
Nick
I
Foles
understand.
caught
I understand
a
that,
touchdown.
but they didn't lose it because of that. They lost it because their defense.
If
sucked.
I told you before the season Tom Brady's going to lose the Super Bowl to a backup, and it's not because the guy's going to outthrow him, it's going to be because he catches a touchdown and Tom Brady doesn't.
If you would have told me that they lose Carson Wentz, I would have said, oh, they have no chance to win a playoff game. Never mind win the Super Bowl.
Oh, God.
Okay. So that was the first time I met you guys, or met Chris and Lauren.
Yeah, that was the first
Yeah,
time.
it was memorable.
Chris and Lauren. Obviously, we were on JV football together.
I literally pulled Matt aside after we dropped you off and was like, dude, that kid needs to wear a fucking helmet. Forget about
Yeah.
the Giants. Forget about the football players. Brian needs to be wearing a
I
helmet.
was-
He's-
but Chris
I
has
was a
grown to
different
love
team.
him even more than I do.
I say I
Which
love you
I
every
didn't
time I
think
hang
it
up on the
was
phone with
possible.
you.
I don't know why you guys ended up liking me.
I don't know how.
that-
It's just crazy how life works out sometimes.
Yeah.
You just meet the right person at the right time, and it makes a magic moment. And now here we are on your podcast.
Yeah, it's me.
Who would
returning
have
the
thought
favor.
you would have had a podcast of all 3 of us?
I don't think. I don't even know if.
Well, Chris is
It's all he had.
Chris is making
yeah, I
money.
don't have
Chris,
anything.
Chris has a printing press in his backyard
Yeah.
making dollars
But
over
time
there.
out. Yeah, but I sold out. I mean, let's just be real.
You sold out, but you know what? The company treats you good, and that's
The company does treat you really good.
Yeah,
The company
and
I
you're
work for
great
treats
at your
me
job.
great. But with that said, I sold out. And the reason
Oh,
I
yeah,
sold out
100%, no doubt.
because I am such a good salesman that when I was young, I sold myself that you just grow up and things just work out. So I'm 23, I get married, and I'm like, oh, I'm just married now. I'm going to have a job. No, I got to get a job. I got to make money. And now I don't have a podcast. And Hollywood's rejected me. My screenplay, thanks. Academy Awards.
Chris wrote a screenplay.
Screenplay loosely based on our
72
lives,
hours.
But
And he
it was,
submitted
yeah,
it.
it was 72 hours. It was unbelievable.
And you
Great.
submitted it to Hollywood?
Academy.
It was to the Academy Awards Nichols Fellowship Award, and they completely rejected me. Told me I was stupid.
What'd they say for real? Like, tell me exactly what they said.
I was actually in Arizona visiting Matt when I got the email from them that basically like, oh, you made it to the first entry, and basically it was good because you submitted it on time, but you're a goddamn moron. And
You had the timing down.
yeah, you paid us
At least
on
you had one
time.
thing.
You submitted it on time. Good story, kind of, sort of, maybe. But I'm still convinced that, obviously the protagonist in my screenplay is not easily romanticized
You know what I could do?
in Hollywood.
I think the issue is they probably read your Facebook and were like, yeah, we're not.
What if I did this?
We're not in this.
What if you sent me the screenplay and I posted it with the
I think we should sit here and just read it on a podcast live.
You can.
I could put it on. I
I'll
could put
be
it as
like-
a link.
I'll be
no,
like
no,
when
no,
Andy
no,
Kaufman
no,
read-
No, dude. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't
I'll
do
do it in
that.
a British
Man on the
accent
moon
and
style.
everything.
Don't do that. Man
Yes,
on the moon
Oshman.
style. I think that's a good idea, though. Let the listeners choose.
Yeah.
It's obviously completely
or
up
we'll
to you,
attach a
but-
link to it,
I could attach a
and
link.
then the viewers can read it, and they can decide if my abuse and my brother's abuse.
Just make sure it's PDF so they can't play with it.
Yeah, that whole PDF and
Just
like
make sure
Word
it's-
doing thing screwed
No,
me
it's
up.
pretty easy. I could do
yeah,
that
it's
for
pretty
you.
simple.
Easy to you.
I mean, it's not that easy. I'm
Um,
pretty dumb at this stuff. But
Chris,
I,
I
can
would
figure it out.
not admit that you can't do that on the podcast.
Yeah, but I already have a job.
That's true. That is true.
I can't.
And
I
again,
can
I'm
use
trying to get a
Excel.
job. Please, I'll send a resume. Maybe we should hook my resume up too.
So Matt is so.
I'm
Are
unemployed.
you So you're from Arizona, or you lived
No,
in Arizona for how
yeah,
long?
so I lived in Arizona for 3 years. Worst 3 years of my life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why?
It's hot. There's no trees. There's no shrubs. There's nothing. It's desolate, man.
Yeah.
If I were the president of the United States,
you knew
aka Trump. Oh yeah, if I were testing nuclear bombs, I would do it right in Arizona. Arizona, Nevada, damn, they'd be blown
We
up.
already did.
And
That's
there's
why
so
it
many
looks like that.
reservations. That's when you know it's bad because there's Indian reservations everywhere, and it's like,
Really?
let's give them the shittiest land we can. Yeah, just take Arizona.
They have a lot of casinos and shit, right? That's
They have
the
a
thing.
ton of casinos. Yeah, you know, Phoenix.
You know
is
what
a
else they have a
cool-
lot of? Homeless people.
They do have a lot of homeless
Really?
people.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the-
bad everywhere.
But it's the worst place to be homeless. It's hot as hell in the summer, and it's cold and like in the winter, it gets down to the 40s, 30s. Like you need to be disciplined. Get $200 and go to Santa Monica.
I went and visited him, Brian,
That's the way to
for
do
a
it.
week. I flew into Vegas, spent a night in Vegas. I was doing a little business venture, was deciding if I was going to do it. Went to Vegas, did that for a night.
Is that still in the fold, by the way?
It's not in the fold. It's
Okay,
not in the fold.
it's gone.
I'm going to make my money somehow other way.
Well,
Maybe
you're already
maybe
making a lot of money. You
podcast.
know, you can give me some.
There's never too much
Let's
money.
redistribute that.
I don't know if you've seen my tax bill. New York State, by the way, I'm not very happy. My taxes just went up again. Thanks, Cuomo.
Love that guy, dude.
Love him. Yeah, love him. Name a bridge after him or his dad.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I went there to visit him,
Uh-huh.
and I literally couldn't breathe, Brian. I drove from Vegas to Arizona, which, by the way, is the scariest experience you'll ever do.
Driving from Vegas to
From
Arizona.
Vegas, because you're in Vegas, and like, all right, there's desert, but you see it like 20 miles out, but you're in a city.
Uh-huh.
And you leave Vegas, and all of a sudden you're like,
It's just nothing. There's just
Dude,
nothing
yeah,
there.
it's like you're
just-
on Planet of the Apes when he first
Yeah,
he's like doesn't
it's
know
just
he's
desert.
on Earth, and I'm like, okay, if I catch a flat, I'm fucked. It's done.
Actually, remember John and Johnny.
Johnny Leov?
No, not Johnny Iliev, who was awesome, but the other John.
John
John
Frizzalone,
Frizzalone?
the Frizzalone.
Dude, just say it's John.
I don't know if I want to say
Call
his
him
full
John.
name. If
Striptease
he hears, he's
act.
gonna kill me.
Dude, the best strip etiquette ever.
No, but
John Frizzalone.
John
John
Frizzalone.
Frizzalone. The Cubs,
and
Jets,
we're gonna continue
Patriots.
to talk about him.
What
Okay,
other fan
let's-
is he?
He's gonna kill
Okay.
me.
So you visit me. You're doing the drive.
Yeah, so I do the drive, survive that somehow. I'm scared the whole drive. Get there, and the sun's going down. I'm like, okay, this place isn't that bad. It's only 109.
Yeah.
And then we wake up the next morning. He's like, want to go get a cup of coffee while we go drop off the Enterprise car? Brian, I literally went outside. It was 115. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even drink my coffee. It was so hot.
Yeah.
It was my throat was
It's
drying
bad.
out.
It's stupid hot out there.
Yeah, it gets
I
super
literally
really
told
hot.
him,
But it's
I don't want to
dry.
leave the house. I want to go back. I'm going to stay in your apartment for the week. Let's just play video games or something or watch TV. we'll watch preseason football. I don't even care.
Uh-huh.
It was August. I'm like, I can't do anything. It's terrible. I'm
Yeah.
drying out. His girlfriend's like, did you show him Tempe? I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't care. Show me on Google Earth. Just get me to the airport
Okay, so
when
it's
it's night.
it's a cool place in winter. It's a nice place. A lot of attractive people there. You got Scottsdale, which is kind of ritzy. You got Tempe, which is college town.
And when he
Then you
says
have
ritzy, he
Phoenix.
means they have air conditioning.
No, when I say ritzy, like these people
Ritzy.
are filthy rich. It's one of the richest towns in America.
Where's
So
it
Central
Scottsdale.
Air.
Scottsdale.
Oh, that place must
It's-
suck. I'm just playing.
Oh,
It doesn't
Brian
suck
doesn't like
because
rich
if you
people.
live there, you probably
hate
have
him.
money. But
I can't go
I could
there.
understand why people would like it. It just wasn't for me.
It's not for any
Yeah,
human being.
All right, so can I ask you now a question?
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
you, being from the East Coast, when you went out to Arizona and lived there,
It's a different world, man.
how many? Like, what are some of the differences that you saw between, like, the difference between them and us over here? Because
Well, like, obviously
when I
the
went out to
big
St.
thing-
Louis, it was crazy.
Okay, so New York is one of the most liberal places in the world.
Liberals.
Arizona is one of the most conservative places in the world.
Yes,
so
that's my
everyone
point.
has a gun. Everyone's carrying. I think I was the only person in Arizona not to have a gun.
No, same thing in St. Louis.
So
Like,
that's
and
So that's
what's
a
the
huge
law?
thing.
Do you have to have a permit? You don't even need a permit, right?
No, I
You
think
could just
need
walk
a
around with a
permit.
gun?
I don't know
Just
100%.
fucking Wild Wild West.
Yeah, well, it kind of is the Wild Wild West. And like we were talking about before, no liquor stores. You get liquor anywhere.
No, I
Go
know.
to
dude.
CVS.
Yeah.
You'll get your prescription and you'll get Tito's in the same
Fucking
drive.
McDonald's. You can go. Oh, can I get?
Yeah, you could get a beer. You
Can I
get
get
a
a
beer at
Manhattan
McDonald's.
with
So
this
that's
cheeseburger?
Like a
obviously
quarter
the crazy
pounder
heat,
and
but I'll tell you this.
double 151 shot. Thank you.
I'll tell you what I like about Phoenix. It's the location. If you want to go skiing,
Mhm.
it's an hour and a half away. There's
What?
snow in northern Arizona. Yeah. There's snow in northern
Is this the
Arizona.
Twilight Zone?
No, I 100%.
It was like the Twilight Zone when I went.
Yeah, it's
weird.
crazy. It's crazy. So you're taking this drive up, I think it's either 80 or 87.
Uh-huh.
And you're seeing cacti, cactuses, and all of a sudden it kind of starts to turn into shrubs, and all of a sudden you're seeing trees, and you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I'm going to a different world right now.
That's insane. And it's
and
not
it's
that
so
far.
it's 70 if you're in the winter, 75 degrees probably in Phoenix every day, 75 to 80. It's almost a perfect day every day, which I like the rain. I'd rather have some rain.
Mm-hmm.
It's sunny 320 days out of the year.
It doesn't rain at all.
Barely. It's a they have their
Are you
monsoon
guys-
season.
Yeah, when it rains, everything floods and people
yeah,
die.
seriously, not great drainage.
Did you guys were you guys affected by the drought that's happening in California?
So Arizona is 100% a drought all the time. I don't understand how we get water. I really don't get it.
So people
But
just-
no, it's not as bad as California, because we actually went to Santa Monica a few times, and they don't even give you water unless you ask for it at restaurants. That's how bad their drought was.
in California.
Yeah, in California.
Oh, that's
That's how
fucked up,
bad it
man.
was. It was
Bad.
never that bad in Phoenix. How? I have no clue.
What about the
I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
What about the wildfires? Did that affect you guys at all?
Oh, so it didn't affect Phoenix because there's no trees in Phoenix. Well, there is, but they shouldn't be there.
People from Phoenix are
But
Phoenician.
northern Arizona, we were actually driving. There was a wildfire as we were driving across the country. So we went
That's
northern
insane.
Phoenix, and you could smell it. It was like a campfire out there.
Yeah.
And they have one in Overgard Heber. My girlfriend, her family has a place up there. It's really nice. It's a beautiful place. But they call it the stupid bitch fire because some woman lit a match and she fucking lit the whole forest on fire. So they call it the stupid bitch
What?
fire. It's like 10 years ago it happened.
What? It's still going on 10
No,
years
no,
after.
it's not going 10 years
Brian.
after.
I
was like,
No,
what?
this-
What the
so
hell?
this
Fire
is-
for 10
so
years.
This is a,
What?
So this
Like,
is
what
a
a
new.
bitch.
This is a new fire. I don't know exactly how it started. Word on the street, as they say, is that someone had chain tires and it created a spark and it caused the forest to go on fire. Is it true? I have no clue.
Dude,
Is it an
that's-
urban legend? Maybe.
That's insane. That, like... So one of the things that when I went to St. Louis was, okay, so on the East Coast, we all know what it's like when we get hit with blizzards or
Yeah.
nor'easters. We all know what it's like to get hit with, like, fucking tropical storms, but nothing crazier than that.
Yeah, no
Right.
natural disasters
exactly.
for the most
It's not
part.
crazy. But when
Besides Hurricane Sandy.
So Hurricane Sandy, but that
It was a superstorm.
it wasn't even a hurricane. But when I went to St. Louis,
The real hurricane was the election a couple days later.
Yeah, but yeah. But when
Let's not get
when I
into
went to
that.
St. Louis, right, the very first thing I noticed, actually, I didn't even find it. Trish was the one that found it. She goes, Brian, what the hell? Do you see the sign? And I'm like, what? what are you talking about? And she's like, look, and it's a picture of a tornado like murdering 2 people. It's the most violent thing, and it's like next to like the bathroom. Like, look, it's beautiful.
And then there's a sign. It's like, do you know God?
Yeah, you better get to know him, like, because he's coming for
This
you.
tornado's coming through.
No, and I'm like, dude, is that what happens out here? And so when I'm at work, I'm asking my guys, I'm like, yo, dude, do you guys get hit with tornadoes out here? And you're like, oh, dude, like two years ago.
Are they technically Tornado Alley?
I think
or
so.
Are they like the
no,
in St. Louis?
fringe of
No,
it?
I think
No, I think it's north of Tornado Island.
I think the Midwest is
You know, it
Well, I'll
is,
tell you
but
this,
like I was in
Oklahoma
Nashville
is-
for a little bit, and that's kind of part of it.
yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
so
but St. Louis isn't Nashville.
no, there's a like a line like it goes from like I think just below Chicago and it goes down to St. Louis.
Well, St. Louis is right on the
Indianapolis,
border.
Nashville.
yeah,
of
it
Illinois,
might be
right?
on the border of Tornado Alley.
Dude, it's
It
bad.
may be the fringe, but
Fringe.
Oklahoma definitely is, like you said,
my
West
God, yeah.
Tennessee
And I think
is.
Yeah, West Tennessee,
and
Memphis
Arkansas
is bad.
is right
Yeah.
there.
Arkansas is. Dude, Oklahoma, there's nothing there.
Dude,
The Thunder.
I was, and we almost got
Thunder,
so.
yeah, Russell Westbrook.
Finally, one
For
day
now.
they said, "All right, tornado warnings," and we were all getting our phones were blowing up like tornado warnings are coming. And Trish is at home, like calling. Actually, I called her, and she wasn't at home; she was at work. And I'm like, so we're probably gonna die. We're gonna get hit with a tornado today." And she's like, "Well, I'm fine because I work at a
I have
hospital."
insurance.
No, they
On you.
When I get hurt, I'm here. They'll save me.
well, go
You're
outside and
fucked.
play. No, but at her,
Get in there.
at her hospital, they have like a shelter or something for it's like reinforced for them. But for me, I'm just in a fucking building.
Brian's
There's
30
glass
stories in the
everywhere.
air.
Yeah, like cows are like, help us, let us.
I'm just going to fly home.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, I've never been through this. Like, I hope this doesn't happen. And they were telling me, dude, the airport, and the airport's like right down the street from where we live. And they said the airport 2 years ago completely got leveled.
Wow.
Completely leveled 2 years ago.
That's
right before you
crazy.
guys came here, actually. And we're probably due for another one. That's what they said. It's gonna. Oh my God!
It's about every 2 years or so.
Yes. And in the area that I live in, Maryland Heights, that's one of the areas that got devastated.
So is that north, west, east, south of the city of St. Louis?
Maryland's west of St. Louis.
Okay,
City.
so it's west.
Yeah.
Got it.
So they said, yeah, you're gonna get because this is like the flattest part. You're gonna die.
Oh, okay.
I
That
was,
makes
like,
sense, though.
Terrified, dude.
That it would be west. That makes sense.
And the thing is, they were asking me, well, you guys get hit with like hurricanes, right? And nor'easters. What's that like? I'm like, it's not life threatening.
Just heavy
You
rain.
just kind of stay inside and
Why
then
don't
hope
you just
that's
shut your
it.
mouth and go back to doing your business?
Yeah, get back to work.
Like, oh, I guess the baseball game got rained out.
Oh yeah, that's the most.
Damn it! There's nothing to watch on TV tonight.
That's it. That's the whole. That's our fucking
Yeah,
cross
but-
the bear. But in St.
Besides
Louis,
Jersey
dude,
Shore that one time.
anytime something happens in St. Louis, like it's life threatening. And I remember they had the the riots or whatever. But
So I was reading an article,
Uh-huh.
and it's the most dangerous city in America,
Mhm.
St. Louis.
Go Cardinals.
for 3
Go
years,
Cards,
in a row,
baby.
because they have those Cardinals. Those
Yeah.
guys are dangerous.
They'll protect you.
Well, we stopped. Okay, so when
It
we
was
were
so
driving
dangerous
here,
the Rams left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude. Yes.
they were like, "We need to get out of here. Let's go to LA, boys.
And the thing is, if you
Deal
bring,
with the earthquake,
We're
super
safe.
volcano, whatever."
if you bring that up, if you bring it up to any of the
Oh, it's
people out there,
devastating.
you say, hey, that sucks about the Rams.
Where
They're
was
like, shut
the
up.
stadium? Was it downtown?
I don't know, dude. I don't
You
even
don't know?
care. It just,
They're like the
it's
Benedict
they left.
Arnolds.
I was glad
Fuck
they left.
them.
Yeah.
I was so
it's-
glad they left.
dude. And now they're doing good, so that sucks for them. But
Yeah, they have a really good team. They're going to be a powerhouse in the NFC, which
I
is
wanna-
not good for us because we don't have a quarterback. Instead, we decided to get a running back,
Don't
which
get me
makes
started.
tons of sense.
Don't get me started, please.
so I actually
He's
want
going to be a good player, though, so.
He's going to be out of the league in 3 years.
No.
Guaranteed.
Maybe 4.
Sorry, Saquon.
I wanted to go over the first time I went to your house when we were kids.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
We weren't kids.
Dude.
We were 21,
weren't-
20 years
you
old.
weren't. You,
No,
I was
no.
like 16.
Yeah, I was probably.
15
No,
I was
Brian,
probably-
the first time I ever
no.
met you, you were a senior in high school or junior.
You were junior. We were
Okay, so
juniors
I
in
was I was in
2005.
That's for kids.
So I
dude.
was 17 and you were probably
I'm
19.
still a kid.
Yeah, me too.
So we were both 17 probably, and he was 19.
yeah, something
So
like
not
that.
too
20-ish.
long after that.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 18.
I was probably
maybe.
20, 21 ish.
So-
I would say probably 20.
we were still playing Madden together.
Oh,
so
well, I still do that to
I
this
know we
day.
still do.
I know you
Unemployed, like I said.
Guys, so it's funny you bring up Madden.
But the Giants win the Super Bowl every year with my Madden franchise. Anyway, go on.
So I get to your house, right?
Mhm.
I come over and we'll talk about your dad in a second, but right now I want to talk about you fuckers. So you guys like, oh, we're gonna.
I love you, Dad.
So these guys have a beautiful house. It's gorgeous, right?
Yeah,
and they
it was
go,
a beautiful
adequate.
house,
we're gonna go downstairs to the basement. So they have like a basement, then they got the
Finished
the main
basement,
floor,
carpet,
and then you got an upstairs.
the
right?
weight room,
Yeah, and a sauna.
a sauna. Yeah.
So we go downstairs.
no one ever used that then.
Nah, I don't
Just
think you had the
Mom.
sauna at that
She
time.
passed out
almost
once.
died. Well, you almost died in it.
I passed
But
out.
we'll
Nick.
get it
I didn't know you
afterwards.
can't drink first.
So he comes downstairs.
So I'm watching these guys playing Madden, like for on what is it, PlayStation or Xbox, and they're playing
Xbox 360.
They're playing
Xbox
Madden,
360. Yeah.
and Matt apparently I forget. I think you picked a really good team, and he was picking a shitty team.
I
'cause
think
he
it
wanted-
was.
I
thought
was
it
the Giants. I
Dude,
never
thought
did
it was the
like
Redskins.
Giants. You were the Seahawks when they had Alexander.
Oh, Sean Alexander.
You used to
Oh.
love
Yeah,
running.
so they didn't have a quarterback. So,
So for
whatever,
any-
yeah.
Well, they
yeah,
had,
Tim,
they
they
had-
had Hasselbeck.
yeah, Matt Hasselbeck. He was good. But anyways,
Give me a fucking
for anybody listening, he picked a team that's really good, and Chris picked a team that's not so good, the Giants. And they were playing the game, and Matt was beating him.
He was whooping my
pretty
ass.
bad.
Dude, I
Pretty
was
bad.
stomping him out.
And so Chris is like, yo, all right, I don't want to play anymore. Matt's like, well, hold on, dude. I want to see my stats after the game's over.
that's
'cause
the
this is
only
one of my-
reason I play Madden.
Yeah.
The stats. Dude.
And so he was running up the score and just really pissing him off. And
Oh,
then
dude.
finally Chris goes, that's it, I'm fucking, and he just turns it off. And then Matt goes,
Here, read your stats.
Yeah.
Power off.
And Matt goes, what the fuck, dude? I want to see that. And I'm like standing there watching this all unfold.
You were actually sitting on the couch.
No, I got up. I remember I got up when you guys started getting angry at
I don't
each
know.
other.
I had too much blood in my face.
Yeah, Brian definitely sensed something was about to go
And
down.
so, and now,
He was in Tornado Alley.
so like, so if you guys ever see like kids fighting, it usually goes into like pushing each other and
Yeah,
yelling
we
or
weren't
whatever,
kids.
name
We were
calling.
men.
These guys were grown ass men fucking throwing haymakers at each other, and they were connecting like it was violent. They started grappling and fucking knocking over books and
Yeah,
shit.
we both have good chins.
Dude, and the remotes were being thrown around, and and I had to jump behind the couch away from you guys because you guys were like, I'll fucking kill you, piece of shit. Oh, fuck, like, just you try.
We had
And they're
like strangulation marks on our neck.
yes, dude. And I'm like, whoa, these guys are gonna kill each other.
It was intense.
And all of a sudden, your mom, God bless her, like she fucking opens the door. She's like,
God
all right,
bless her
guys,
soul.
dinner's ready.
No, she's like, guys, dinner's ready. It's still warm.
Yeah, something like
Oh,
something
God.
sweet like that. And
Oh
these,
no!
And these guys immediately went.
Dinner's
from,
ready.
They went from
You
bloodthirsty.
flipped the switch, baby.
Yeah, and they just stopped. You guys just stopped fighting, and you
Stop
went.
fighting?
You guys started fixing each other's shirts.
Yeah.
Matt,
you
quick,
started,
the
like-
biscuits are getting cold.
Yeah, and you guys went when we go upstairs. I'm standing there, or I'm sitting at the table, like traumatized, and you guys are like, "Hey, can you pass me the? Can you pass me the like?
Can you pass me the string beans, please?
please?" And
Oh,
he's
thanks, brother.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know, I
we
don't
love each other.
endorse fist fighting, but once it's over, it's over. I think that's why hockey doesn't really have a problem. Like you actually fight the guy. Once the beef is squashed, it's squashed. You
I
go
don't know
out
how
there,
that is a
you
thing.
throw some haymakers, and listen, the best man wins.
Agreed. And Matt may have won in Madden, but I definitely drew more blood.
And the sad thing is, I can't tell you the exact stats because he turned it off.
So what would?
But it was at least 200 yards rushing.
What happens if they were to take fighting and put it in the NFL and say, all right, just beat each other up?
Well, you'd see Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan all over again.
yeah, but you know what the funny thing is, though? I think that
I
there'd
don't
be
thi-
a
I don't
very
think they
low
would want
percentage
to.
of them fighting.
Yeah, I don't think they would want to fight.
Yeah, because they're friends. They make so
And
much
then
money.
basketball, obviously.
Oh, my God, please.
They can't even fight.
No.
They get a sprained ankle, they're getting, like, carted off.
Yeah,
fighting
like
court.
Dwayne Wade. Remember when he
When
like
he
tore
hurt
his shoulder
Yeah.
and he's getting wheelchaired off? Hockey,
no,
they would
actually-
have played. He was like, wrap it up, baby.
Yeah.
And I saw
Seidenberg breaks his
Or
leg,
like Lawrence
goes
Taylor,
two shifts.
like Lawrence Taylor back in the day.
No,
when
Lawrence
he-
Taylor legit got into fights.
Dude,
Like,
when but he tore his shoulder and he's like, wrap this bitch up, let's go.
well, it's 'cause
And he
was
had
on coke.
3-4 sacks.
He did all. He did all
I mean,
the coke.
yeah.
He did drugs.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
Dennis Seidenberg broke his leg and went two shifts in hockey.
Yeah,
in the
no,
playoffs. And it
that's
was like, I think
ridiculous.
my foot hurts.
We should probably X-ray this.
Do you remember? Were you there when Michael Irving gave me a hug, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, I did coke back in the day," and he was like doing the.
Wait,
like,
when was this?
He hugged you?
So? Oh, you weren't there for that.
This
one,
happened
though.
in real
Apparently
life?
not.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we went to. You know how we went to the NFL draft a bunch of times.
Yeah,
I
So-
went once.
So you went the
Well,
1 year with us.
yeah.
That was a great
I
year.
yeah, I heard about that.
But the 1 year we went, it was
no
me-
means no, Ben.
No, yeah, that was a good one. But I went to this one NFL draft, and Michael Irving came out, and I believe Marshall Falk, and Rich Eisen Rich Eisen came out,
Okay, yeah.
and Michael Irvin came over to us, and I shook his hand. He
It's
was,
the NFL Network. They're all on the NFL
Yeah.
Network. Okay,
so I'm
that makes
shaking his
sense.
hand, and he gives me a hug, and I'm like, dude, Michael Irvin, you're the best. You guys are rock stars. He's like, oh, back
Wow,
in the
you're such
Wait,
a
yeah.
sellout.
What a sellout.
What a sellout.
I take it back.
No, dude.
You did sell out.
Michael Irving's awesome. And he says to me, because I love the saying, he says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's an awesome saying. But he says this to me. He goes, oh, man, back in the day, we were real rock stars. I'm like, oh, yeah? Why? And he goes, we had so much fun. And he covered one nostril and went with the other nostril. He's like, you know what we do. And I'm
And
like,
then our
Oh
dad
my
showed up.
God. Oh, that's not good.
no, that's on another level.
Wait, what was it? Okay, so what's that movie with Any Given Sunday? It was like that.
Where? With
Remember Any Given Sunday?
Michael
Oh, with
Irvin?
LT.
With
Yeah.
no, it was from
LT's
it was with,
in
yeah,
it.
LT,
Jamie Foxx, Dennis Quaid, Al Pacino. Dude, it's like we're brothers.
Cameron
Yeah.
Diaz.
Did we just become best friends?
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's like,
Yep.
There's
Yep.
one scene where is it LT that's snorting
Yeah,
coke
snorting coke.
off
He's
a
doing it off a
stripper's
girl's
boob?
titty, right? Oh, is there
Then
ass?
there was the
No,
one.
stripper's
Wasn't
boob.
it
Wasn't
LL
it
Cool
boob?
J is like getting his dick sucked on when he's on the toilet and
Did you
he's
say
snorting
LL
it?
Cool J?
Yeah.
LL Cool J's in
Dude,
it.
This
Willie
movie
Bean.
is a
Willie Bean
masterpiece.
is
There's only
Jamie
one
Foxx.
white person, Al Pacino. Oh well, and Dennis Quaid.
And
Two
Dennis
white
Quaid,
people.
Yeah. No, and that one
Cameron
girl.
Diaz. Actually, you know what?
There's a couple
There was
of
a
white
couple.
people, yeah.
Listen, it's
It was
James
diverse.
Woods.
It's
It's
a
a
very
good-
diverse film.
It's a good 50-50 split.
Matthew Modine.
It's a very diverse.
It's a good 50-50 split. That movie's great.
That's a.
That's a really good movie.
Can you imagine being on the set on that movie?
Dude.
That's a lot of testosterone.
Now, Jamie
right
Foxx, in my opinion, he's the most talented man in Hollywood. That's my opinion.
Oh
now.
my God!
Who?
Please stop.
Who?
Jamie Foxx, dude.
Stop.
there. He's Spawn. He just got.
He could sing.
He's gonna be Spawn,
He could sing, stand-up comedy, has an Oscar,
and he's blind.
and he played a blind man.
He played a blind guy named. Ryan.
Well, okay. What else what were we talking about?
We were talking about how you guys were beating the shit out of each other.
Oh, yeah.
We went to go have dinner.
So
and you
yeah,
guys were best friends.
haymakers. We go upstairs. We're fine. I mean, that's how it's always been, though.
Yeah, it really has.
I mean, once we get in a fight, once it's over, it's over.
Not me, man. Me and my brothers, we fight. Like,
no,
we
you
fucking don't talk
you have
the rest of the day.
vendettas. Yeah,
Yeah, we
you have
try to stay-
vendettas.
we
Yeah, but that's not.
Put hits
that's
on
'cause
each
we're
other.
best
so,
friends.
So listen, Jose.
Yes,
First off, I listened
Holmes.
to the first podcast. I loved it. I love Jose even more than I did before, which I didn't think was possible. What's going on with Kevin?
Oh, hold on. I got to add something on here. I listened to the first podcast as well. And by the way, I do love Jose. Even though sometimes we don't always agree, see eye to eye on Facebook. I'm never friending you again. But it was so funny because you guys talked about 9/11 on the first one, and it's such a serious subject. And,
Yeah.
it resonated so many emotions that I remember
Yeah.
exactly. I think everyone that was alive for 9/11. And,
You
and
remember
comprehend-
exactly where you
know
were.
exactly where you were. I was in high school, Don Bosco Prep.
You
I remember exactly what happened. But yet then you guys start talking about it and Jose's experience, and you are the first people in my whole life to make 9/11 funny and not serious.
Yeah,
because I
it's
can't
really-
take you or Jose serious at all.
It's because like I was talking to him. I'm like, dude, you were in the Marines and you were in boot camp, and that
I'm gonna
shit
go in
happened.
during peacetime.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And then
Yeah.
fucking all of a sudden, guess what, Jose? It's time to go to war because they took New York. And I just found out for the first time in that as we were recording that like he didn't know. He thought that like they took over New
He
York.
thought it was Red Dawn.
Yeah, and he thought that like he needed to go to New York and like retake.
He was gonna get dropped out of a helicopter and just start
Just
shooting
start
like
shooting.
commies.
And I was gonna be there with you guys, like Jose. Thanks for joining the fight.
Escape
Here's
from
a
New
gun.
York. Escape from New York. Kurt Russell. Jose
You were in that
Castillo.
movie that was kind of like this.
Lone wolves. In
No,
the
but
forest.
honestly, like 9/11 was like. I mean, there's so many emotions that go on. Like,
Although you did have
you-
one error in that first podcast. You said the Yankees won the World Series,
they lost.
and I wanted.
They
yeah,
lost the
you s-
Arizona Diamondbacks.
They lost the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game
Luis
7.
Gonzalez.
But I
Sorry
got it
about
right.
that.
They did beat the Red Sox.
Sorry,
didn't
not
they?
sorry. No, they did not beat the Red Sox because the Red Sox sucked back then.
Oh,
That
The
was
Red
before
Sox
the
they
curse
beat
was
in
broken.
03 with the Aaron Boone home
yeah,
run.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
2003. That was the year
Dude, that's
before
a
they
long
won.
time ago.
Because they
It
won
was a
in
long time
04.
ago.
Do you believe it, dude? Like 9/11 was fucking
Dude,
17 years ago.
The crazy
That's
thing
insane.
is that we weren't that old. We were relatively young. I think that was the first
Yeah, I was
really serious
14.
thing that's ever happened in my life.
you were 14.
I mean,
think
obviously-
I think I was 12.
I was actually in class with someone that ended up killing himself.
Because
Like
his
a
father
couple months
died,
later,
right?
his father, he watched his father die.
It's terrible.
Because we turned on the TV. We were
Really?
I was in history class, and something came on a loudspeaker like, everyone, your TVs are about to go on. We're going to be putting on something. It's going to be the news. and they put on the news, and it was the first building was on fire, and we're like, oh, I wonder what happened.
They played that for you guys?
And my history teacher, yeah, they were playing it. And my history teacher's like, oh, well, this happened back in the 90s. It was probably a small plane. Blah, 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 blah. He's going on and on about how it was probably a small plane. Clearly wasn't a small plane.
What an idiot.
But he's like, oh, this happened back in the 90s. Blah, blah, blah. They tried to blow it up in the basement, this. And as he's saying this, the second plane hits.
Yeah.
This kid's father was in that building. So essentially, he just watched his dad die. And then about 2 months later, he hung himself.
Really?
I'm not going to say any names.
That's
That's
that the amount
was
of
horrible.
the ripple effect that event had is just insane.
And then they brought us up to the football field, like that was going to save us. And they were like, all right, everyone stay here just in case. And I'm like, in case what? They hit our building with a bomb or a plane? I think we're going to die 20 feet away.
So in my school, they didn't tell us anything. We just saw kids being picked up and slowly but
you went to
surely
So where
public
were you?
school.
You were in Haverstraw?
I was in private school.
Were you in Haverstraw?
Well, at that point, I was at Farley Middle
Okay.
School.
Because I think in Haverstraw they told them a bear was loose. And they
Yeah.
locked it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
locked
what we were
it up.
talking about. We were like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a bear. It went loose and like
There's a bear loose in Haverstraw?
So I was in a private school as
Yeah.
well, not Don Bosco. And they
Rockland
just
Christian school.
Yeah, Rockland Christian. They just happened to put on the TV and they saw one of the towers was smoking. They're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Then my brother, Chris, and my dad came and picked me up.
Uh-huh.
And then I went home
In typical dad fashion,
Yeah.
just shows up unannounced and is like, that's my kid.
That's
Give
my
him to
kid.
me.
Give me my kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, Daddy, Daddy, take me home. So we go home and we're just watching the news, and it was crazy. And we were thinking about Papa because he worked at Con Edison, and a couple of guys were in there, but luckily he wasn't in the building. Then one of our friends, John Cleary,
Yep.
his dad was supposed to be there,
Yeah.
and the guy who took his place died. So he had insomnia. because of that,
His father
Which
was
is-
a firefighter in the
which
city.
is terrible.
And his friend picked up a shift for him because he was sick or something like that.
At least that's how I know the story.
Yeah, it may not be 100% accurate,
It's-
but that's
may
the
not be
spirit of
100%.
the story.
Shout out to John Cleary. We love you, man.
There was
Congrats on
Johnny boy.
getting married. Well, is he getting married?
I don't know if he's
He's
married. He's
gonna
having a
be
kid,
married
and
at
that's
some
just as
point.
important.
He's having a kid. Having
Because
kids
your
is more
life is
important.
just as
So
over
congrats,
with that
man.
decision.
Congrats, man.
There
Love
was
you.
there was actually a girl in my class that I think it was her father. He was like he was a police officer, and he went out to the city to help with the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't hear from him for like a week.
Yeah, we need another
That's scary.
docs. We need another docs.
Yeah. So she was like, I remember in a class, like she was like really quiet, and like you could tell that she was on the verge of crying. And I remember like asking my friends, like, dude, what's up with her? Why is she like being a little weirdo? And they're like, well, dude, her dad, like, I think he's dead. Like, I think he went to the Twin Tower site, Ground Zero, and like, I don't know, he never came back. It's been a week now.
Yeah.
And then finally, like, it turns out he got injured, and he like had a head injury or something, but he ended up being okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he came back. And so we were like, oh my god, that was a close one. But that's probably the closest I've ever gotten to seeing like some crazy shit where like somebody died during 9/11.
Yeah. So another crazy thing is everyone forgets that it wasn't only the Twin Towers; it was the Pentagon as well.
The Pentagon.
And then obviously in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
ironically enough,
Those fuckers over here.
they took it down. But my friend in college was from Washington D.C. His mom worked in the Pentagon, and her office got hit.
Yep.
She wasn't at work that day though. So, but if she was at work, she would have died.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy.
And then I remember hearing the story that Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy,
Mhm.
he was supposed to be
On one of the
flight-
planes?
yeah, the one that they took down in Pennsylvania.
Wow, dude.
He was supposed to be on that flight, but what happened was I guess he was late and missed the flight. And because he missed the flight,
Isn't
they said,
that
"You're not allowed
crazy,
in."
man? It's just crazy how life works out sometimes.
Yeah, because like
And he probably thought it was a bad day because he missed his flight.
he
And then all of a sudden it was the biggest blessing in his life.
he must have been watching TV going, "Oh fuck,
Yeah.
that was my flight."
That's my flight. I
Can
could have
you-
died.
what would
It's
be
like
going through
Final
your head?
Destination type.
Yes.
When it's just blowing up, like, oh my god, that could have been me.
Yo, that's
I don't know what goes through your head.
Mm.
There's been no.
You know what's funny? Actually, when I went to St. Louis,
Yeah.
as soon as I told people I'm from New York, they're like, "Oh my god, dude, what was 9/11 like?" And I'm like, "Me? What was Ferguson riots like? Like, what was that like?" Because that's
Yeah.
more crazy to me than fucking 9/11 because I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But it's not like because I said, you know how big New York is. It's
That's the
huge.
thing. No one
dude.
gets
It's
the
not-
concept of how big it is. They only think it's like it's New York City. That's everything.
Yeah, they call me City Slicker. Like,
Yeah.
like when I went down to North Carolina, like, y'all City Slickers, and I'm like, what? No, I'm just from
You
New
a
York.
Yankee boy.
Yeah, they call you Yankee and
You
shit.
talk funny. I remember when I went down to North Carolina. I went to school in North Carolina, so that was the
I'm
first
back.
time I was integrated. Yeah, Chris left. No one even noticed. But I was integrated for the first time in North Carolina. I was originally planning on going into University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, but they weren't going to take him up.
And they looked at his grades.
They looked at my grades and they said, "Dude, you're in." And they weren't really to take like 38 of my credits. I'm like, I don't feel like doing another year. So I went to Elon University instead.
Poor decision.
Well, that's how I met my girlfriend.
Again, a poor decision.
It was probably the best decision of my life.
Love you, Simmy.
It was hard leaving home though. That was the first time I ever really left home. Chris and I are very close.
Yeah, you
It
chose.
was pretty
like,
easy for me, to be honest.
the furthest away from
Hardest
home.
decision ever.
That's not what your letter said to me, but yeah.
Oh, he wrote you a letter?
Of course he did. I actually wrote him a letter first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wrote him a letter before he was going to get married.
Well, no, hold on.
Well, no,
But
before
even
you were going to go to
that,
college.
He
Yeah.
wrote me a letter before I went to college, practically guilted me into staying home. And then it's time for him to go to college.
And I was
He's
like, peace,
"See you
deuces.
later.
I said, deuces, peace, bro.
Best friend forever. Not.
So I went down to Elon University, and everything's a lot slower down there, which I like now. And I actually lived in Charlotte for a little bit. I'm going back to North Carolina at some point.
Boo.
Why don't you shut your mouth? But they were like, you talk funny. I was like, at least I don't fuck my sister. But I didn't say that, but I was thinking it, and I think the guy may have been slightly,
Here's
Special.
the thing.
yeah, he's a very special man.
When I went to St.
He was a
Louis,
nice guy, though.
I was thinking they're gonna be like fucking hillbillies and shit.
And
yeah,
they are.
No, that it
They
depends
are.
where you
They
go.
totally are,
Dude,
dude.
it depends where you go.
Everybody's
Because
gotta pick a-
Charlotte is no one in Charlotte is from Charlotte usually, because it's the second largest financial hub in the U.S. to New York.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. I've learned something new.
But yeah, and Nashville's very similar.
I love Nashville.
Nashville's beautiful, but there's a lot of people not from Nashville.
ton of
Chris,
people
you
from-
lived. How long did you live in Nashville?
Couple months.
How-
On and off, it felt like years, but
yeah,
it was
you
about
was there for like 3
it was
months,
about 3
right?
or 4 months, and it was good. I to be honest, I loved Nashville.
It's
and
a
there's a
beautiful
lot
place.
of people from California, a lot of people from New York, other parts of the country. Beautiful place, and I just, yeah, my voice got super high. I was yawning.
But so what? Like, is it cheaper? How much cheaper?
Oh
listen,
yeah, dude.
When you live in New York, there is no place that's not cheap.
There's only
Yeah,
one
no.
place that is not now is San Francisco. It's getting ridiculous with
Francisco,
Silicon Valley.
I think it's like 2,100 or something.
Dude,
like
it's
that
the
for an
only
apartment.
place that's more expensive than Manhattan. I guess LA is a close to Manhattan, but Manhattan and San Francisco now, man, it's just
That's
like,
what I'm saying. I think it's 2,100 for like a studio apartment. Not even-
dude,
like, no rooms.
I couldn't live in New York City.
I've never
It
been
was
to California.
It was always my
neither.
dream. It was always my dream as a kid to live in New York City. I couldn't live there, man. It's like sardines. The biggest thing that I couldn't do is I need a washer and dryer in the unit.
I
I'm
don't
not
give a
going
shit
to
about
laundry. I'm not going to laundromat. Do you have washer and dryer?
No,
here?
see, I
I
go to the
almost, I almost
Dude, I
opened
hate
up
going
an
to
old
laundromat.
laundromat.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
there's
it.
money in that.
I would. Yeah, well, that's
but no, I
yeah,
go.
it's good for if it's your business.
I
yeah.
go to the laundromat and I drop off my clothes,
and they do it.
and I pay them $20 and they do it for me.
That
think
seems
$20
kinda
to do
high.
a load of laundry. Yeah, that's
it's like
that's great.
it's like $15 to do it yourself.
What?
Yeah, you
Brian,
put-
have you ever done laundry? I haven't.
New
but I know
York,
it's
dude,
not
you
that
ever
much.
have a
In New
water
York,
bill?
it could be a little
Do you
expensive.
have a water bill?
No, I'm not talking about.
It's like
in my
$40
house.
a quarter.
Oh.
Like when you go there and I go to the
Oh
laundromat
yeah,
and I
yeah,
put the
yeah.
coins
No,
in.
but I don't want to do that. I want to skip that whole part and do it in my own.
Oh,
I want to walk
I
out of
have
my
my
bedroom.
wife do it for
I
me.
want to walk out of my bedroom 5
It's
feet
there.
and say, "Oh, there's the washer and dryer. Let me put my shit in there."
It's funny because Trish like insisted that she does the laundry, and I'm like, why?
and you argued?
I mean, at first I was like, we don't have to do this. We can just go out and have fun. And she's like, well, I want to do it because I don't want to waste the money. But really, it's that she doesn't want anybody fucking sniffing her. She's afraid
Yeah,
that
no,
they're
as a
gonna
girl,
sniff
man.
her bras and go, oh yeah, that's
Oh,
real
that's
good.
Yeah.
Trish right
Yeah,
there.
that's Trish.
Yeah.
That's real
As a
hot.
girl, almost everything is skeevy.
No,
You're
and-
just everything is alarming, and it's, I don't know if we should do this.
Yeah, I
as a
didn't
guy,
know
we
that.
don't. Yeah,
I'm
as a
like,
guy, we
yeah,
don't,
that's my underwear.
we don't
Take
have to
it.
worry about
Just
anything.
make sure it's washed
it's like,
by
you wanna
Tuesday.
Sniff my underwear, whatever, dude. Pay me $5 to sniff my underwear. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's the thing. I learned things that like being with Trish that she has to take into consideration
Yeah.
or be worried about. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Just fucking go in. Like, I can't go in what if there's a rapist in there? And
They
I'm like,
have
what are you
to
talking
be-
about? Just fight them off.
Yeah,
Oh,
they have
that's
to be
right, you
much
can't.
more aware of their surroundings.
Matt's
Exactly,
like, hey, if
exactly.
you sniff my underwear and guess what I had for dinner, I'll pay you double.
Dude, I'll pay you $10
Like
if you do
Biodome?
that.
Pay you 10,
Yeah.
10 extra bucks right now.
No,
No, I don't care about anything.
I didn't even think of that though.
No,
She's
I don't
like-
either.
And I'm like, yo, she's like, sometimes like they'll put on your underwear. You don't know, like there maybe there's a freak show in there, and he's like, you know what,
Dude,
this
it's a
thong,
tough life.
what's going on?
I got to be honest, I can't relate to any of this because pretty much my whole life I've had my laundry done, whether it was my mother and now my wife.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even think
So like
he
you guys
knows
are
how to do
talking.
laundry.
I think I did laundry twice when I lived in Nashville, twice.
It
And I
sucks,
was
dude.
like, this is horrible. I think that's why I ultimately moved back to New York. I was like, I can't do this.
I'm not
I
gonna do
never
it. Yeah,
mind
no
doing
way.
There's no
laundry.
way.
You should have had them. You should have just paid them. They would have done it for you.
Yeah, but at that point, I was working and I didn't have like a ton of money.
Oh,
And then I came back to New York and then scored this job and then excelled within this company. And now I'm doing pretty well.
He's high up. He's making money. He's got a printing press in his basement.
I do
You got
not
a
have a
trophy.
printing
And his
press in
brother,
my basement.
dude, 29 years in, I'm break even. I actually maybe a little bit.
If you're
I
lucky.
yeah, I probably owe a little bit.
yeah, that's right. You went to school out in Arizona, right?
No, I went to school in North Carolina.
Have you been listening?
Okay, so
no,
my
I'm kinda getting
girlfriend,
buzzed.
my girlfriend is from Mesa, which is pretty much Phoenix.
Which
and
is Arizona.
I'm originally from New York. We met at Elon University.
That's why. Okay.
So we met at Elon. What happened is I graduated 2 years before her. I went back to New York. She was in North Carolina. I get a job 2 years later in North Carolina. She moves to Arizona.
She really loves you.
A lot of our relationship has been long distance, and
long distance.
I was working at a
Better
financial.
off.
I was working
Nah,
at a
that's tough.
financial firm in Charlotte, and I was 11 hours a day on the phone. So the last thing I wanted to do was come home for an hour and talk on the phone.
Yeah, no, hell no.
And let's just say our relationship wasn't rock solid. Yeah, because
I don't feel like
her,
talking.
her boyfriend doesn't want to talk to her, which I understand. But I was hoping she'd understand my side a little bit. So I was like, screw this. I got nothing
She's
in
gonna
Charlotte.
hear this and she's gonna kill me.
No. She's fine with this.
Okay.
She's fine with it, I hope.
We'll
You're
find
just
out.
like your big brother. Because
love you,
I go to
man.
work and I spend all day on the phone, on a cell phone, from the car or store.
Yeah.
And then I go home and my wife's like, "Oh, let's talk." And it's like,
But you're
"No,
talking
I
to-
don't have the energy.
But you're
Yeah.
talking to people that you can call morons. I'm talking to people that are morons, and I can't call them it. I can't call them
Well,
out.
because
on
you're
there.
dealing directly with the consumer.
Yeah, I'm dealing with. I am the face of the company at that point. But so I.
That's a sad face.
So yeah, it was a very sad
Yeah.
face, dude. I was a corporate slave until May. of this year.
yesterday,
Yeah,
Okay,
until
so
yesterday.
it's funny when I told Chris about why I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I said one of the things that I can't stand is the corporate culture. I'm so
I hate
sick
it,
and
dude.
tired of,
They're always trying to sell
every-
you that everything's great.
and everything's fucking shit.
It's
Like,
terrible.
One of the things that I
I
couldn't
just want to mention that I love the corporate culture, and
No,
I
Chris,
think it's great.
But Chris, you're not a number. You're known for your name.
yeah, you are the guy that puts
like
the
people
numbers
know
on
you.
everyone.
No, people know you, and I feel like your company is more so relationship. So you know the guys in your stores.
oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I know
you know
everyone
the
that
guys.
works for me.
Yeah.
For me, like if the founder of this company that I worked for, he saw my face, he would be like, "Who the hell are you, dude?
Yeah, they don't
I
know.
work for your company."
Yeah, but I think that's every company because there's times where
well,
I've
that's
gone through
it. That's
companies.
it.
trying
You
to
look
say.
at your badge and it's
No
a
one knows
number.
who I
it's
am.
It's not your first name and your last name. It's a number when you look at your badge,
And
and that's how
also-
they realize you. And then
No.
they try to convince you that you're not a number, and
Exactly.
we love you and we care about you, but we really don't.
And
'Cause you're
also they don't care about what you've. It's like, well, it's not what you've done. It's what have you done for me lately. So
But
you
that's
have
every
to-
business.
Yeah,
that's
so
every business.
that's a
Brian.
lot of
That's
businesses.
what I
It's
can't
about
stand, you know?
productivity.
And and honestly, that's one of the
Well,
reasons.
Brian,
why
hold on. But let's and I don't disagree with you in theory, but let's talk about sports, right? So I don't. Give
Why
a
we're
sh-
just gonna
I
cut
don't
off?
give a well because it's a business, right? So I don't
Sports
care
is a business. He's right.
what the Giants did in 2007 and 11.
Yeah,
at
we've
this
seen
point.
2 Super Bowls,
Because it
and
already
we still want
happened.
another one.
And I
Don't you
want
want
another
another
one.
one?
I don't give a shit. I don't care if they win. If
That's
they never
true.
win.
Yeah.
again.
Well, now that the Eagles have won, it's over. Like the NFL's
Oh
done.
God,
Yeah.
why'd you?
I'll
have
still
to-
watch it, of
NFL.
course.
Well, actually,
I'll
so
still watch it, of
one
course.
of the things that I
cried.
can't stand about the NFL, right, is every year they're implementing more and more and more rules.
Well,
that
they're trying to
don't
make it
any
safer.
goddamn
They're
sense.
trying to make it.
AKA regulation.
They're
Yeah.
trying to quote unquote make it safer.
Yeah, because they're this is a reaction. I think it's a knee jerk reaction to the backlash of the concussions that everybody's been
Yeah,
sustaining.
absolutely.
Like
Well,
people are
also
coming
the
out.
lawsuit.
the
Well, see,
lawsuits that
that's-
people are coming out saying, "Hey, you had concussions and you guys didn't help me, and now I don't have a fucking house."
Well, that's
or
the
anything.
thing, right? Is businesses that fail react. Businesses that succeed forecast.
That's what they're exactly. I 100% agree with that. They're
NFL is
forecasting the future.
reacting and versus forecasting.
I don't
the
know,
NFL
man.
is the
I
most
don't-
successful sports
Right now.
In
Well, there's
America.
but it's also
Rome
got
was
the
the
most
head of the world at one point, Matt.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
know.
got the most controversy right now with the concussions and then people taking knees to the anthem.
Don't
and
get me started on either one because they're both stupid.
Listen,
But it's happening. Like there's no.
It's
they may be
possible.
stupid, but it's
Stupid
happening.
happens.
it's possible
know,
that
a
we've
lot.
seen the
I know.
peak of the NFL. That's absolutely that could be a reality. But I love football.
I
And
love
now-
the NHL.
football.
Isn't there
Go
I
like
love
Rangers.
NHL too. I
isn't
love
there like
hockey.
a thing where like
Get rid of Lundqvist.
the owners or is it the commissioner that said now if you kneel like you
Well, okay, so now it's an NFL rule.
Yeah, how
The
does
only-
that rule work?
But the only thing is that
I'm gonna look.
guess
this up.
what? The NBA has the same exact rule. You're not allowed to kneel for the national anthem. You have to stand for the national anthem in the NBA. But guess what? Oh, Adam Silver is a cool guy and no one hates him because he's not as controversial as Roger Goodell.
Yeah, but do they even air the national anthem
They-
in the NBA? It's
know,
not like
I-
the NFL. The
no,
NFL
no, no,
and
no.
the
So the-
NHL are the only
so-
two sports
so-
where they view the players.
Well, the
during
thing is with the
national anthem.
NFL, they made a deal with the Army. That's why they do the national anthem. I think 20 years ago they didn't do it.
Right? Because there's a lot of Army
20 or
presence
25
on the field.
Yeah, they have Army presence. Listen, if you want to kneel, that's your prerogative. But when you're a business, there could be consequences. Like when I worked for the financial firm, I couldn't kneel at the office.
Okay, so I actually read
They
it
don't
right
do
now.
the national anthem though when you get to work.
No, they don't. But meaning like I wasn't even allowed to talk politics on the phone.
right.
And the thing is, I could.
Well, that's
but
the thing.
consequence would be
Well, at the
maybe
end
I
of
would
the
get
day, the
fired.
NFL is a
that's
business.
that's
or
a
you
possibility.
get written up, or they
Yeah, you
send
get
you
written
Right.
up, fired.
So the rule is this: the NFL owners have unanimously unanimously approved a new national anthem policy that requires players to stand if they are on the field during the performance.
Otherwise, they have to
so
stay
it's
in the
so it's
locker
weird
room.
that it says
No.
unanimous
Yeah.
because Jed York from San Francisco, he said he didn't even vote on the policy.
Yeah. Well, and then it also says, but if it also gives you the option
stay
to
in the
remain
locker
in the
room.
locker room if you prefer it
Yeah.
was announced. So
Which that's an option. Also, Woody
now-
Johnson,
but
the
now I
owner of the
guarantee
Jets,
you-
the owner of the Jets said that he would pay their fines
yeah,
if they
that's pretty
decide to
awesome.
kneel.
That made me like the Jets for a second. I'm like, what?
Well,
I like that he's saying you can't tell me what to do.
Let's
do
not get
whatever you
crazy.
want. We
But-
suck anyways.
But the thing is when you work for a corporation, listen, there's going to be rules and guidelines that
Yeah.
you have to find,
Yeah.
to follow.
Well, now-
even if you don't agree with them, you're
Now-
going to have to follow them. And listen, they don't have to. I'm not saying that they shouldn't kneel or they should kneel.
Mhm.
I'm not black. I don't know the issues.
yeah.
That's the truth. But if you kneel and they don't want you to, there could be consequences. You don't have to play in the NFL.
Okay,
you
so
could go find a day
I
job
wanna
if
go
you
Hold
want.
on. Well, here's my view. Because at the end of the day, I know I get a super bad reputation as being an uber conservative, and I'm not. I'm a libertarian, and I agree in principle with the right to kneel because I believe that anyone should be able to do what they want to do within reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, as long as you're not
with
hurting
that-
anyone else.
With that said, I find it extremely disrespectful, especially considering the military, Army, Navy, and whatever Marine presence at any sporting event
Mm-hmm.
to kneel in front of those people that are willing to lay down for your life.
But
You
the,
know,
the
N-
only
but the
the
NFL,
only argument that I've heard
No.
is you kneel to pray.
well,
out of respect
like
for
Tim
God.
Tebow, like Tim
Yeah,
Tebow.
but we know that the kneeling
But I
isn't.
understand-
Oh,
I
actually, no.
understand.
Hold on. There was a thing I saw where it showed. I think it was on. I want to say it was Fox, but I mean, it couldn't. It might not have been. But basically, they were saying, "Look at these football players. They're kneeling
Mm-hmm.
during." And I forget what team they were on. But apparently, those football players were not kneeling during the anthem. In fact, it was before before it was during like the pre-game practice or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
The warm-up.
And they were kneeling to pray.
To pray, yeah.
And they said, "Dude, we weren't fucking. We were praying. What the hell are you guys trying to stir up over
I love
there?"
how you
Okay,
threw
so-
Fox in there.
So
No,
one of the
I think it was Fox.
one
I
of
think
the
it may have been
people
CNN.
one of the
I
people
don't
that
think
I
it was
have to
CNN.
give
I
respect
think it was.
to, even though I hate the Philadelphia Eagles,
I don't know. Actually,
Malcolm Jenkins. He does
It
not
was the
kneel-
Eagles. That's who it
but
was.
but the thing is, he does
That's so
not
funny.
kneel. He does like the fist, like Jesse Owens did at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't kneel. He's respecting the flag, But he's doing stuff off the field to help to find a solution to the real problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're kneeling, it's just a gesture.
Yeah.
What was great was Colin Kaepernick. He not only
I'm
kneeled.
really glad
I'm
to
not
hear
saying,
you say that
I'm
because
not
a lot of
saying-
people get pissed.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
like,
not-
"Oh, get up!
I'm not
I'll
saying-
shoot you." And
know,
I'm like, "Whoa, wait!"
I'm not necessarily saying that I agree with kneeling. I don't think I would kneel, but obviously I'm not as close to the issue as them.
You know what I would do?
But
I'd
he
pants
gave
myself.
he gave $1 million to the cause.
Yeah.
And then like Chris Long, he doesn't kneel. He's on the Philadelphia Eagles. I hate the team, but I can
He's a shit
respect
team, yeah,
that
I hate him.
he gave up his whole salary this year
Yeah.
to go towards the issue. So I think those are the guys that they're using their platform.
But now the thing is, they're not being. Nobody's talking about them.
I know that's
They're
the
just
thing.
shutting them.
because they're the minority within the kneeling, and that's
Yeah.
that's
What
the
they
problem.
should do is promote
the
them.
people who kneel are the minority, but it's like
no.
it's just
I
a
mean, a
gesture
as
to
far
me.
as a
That's what it
percentage,
is. It's-
they're a very small percentage of the
Yeah.
kneelers. A lot of the kneelers are doing it because it's kneeling, and we want to stand up to the government and the
well,
people.
I think the
and
thing
the
is that
oppressors.
it's popular. That's why I think they
It's a
kneel.
fad.
It is a fad.
But it
So
was all
Colin
orchestrated
Kaepernick-
by Colin Kaepernick.
That's what
Good
I'm
for
thinking.
him,
I
man.
think Colin Kaepernick is the actual guy who started it, and for the reasons that he did it, I don't
he
know.
did donate money too. I think he
Yeah, no,
donated
he
millions
donated
of
$1 million, and I
Yeah.
understand that there's been obviously some sketchy things with the police and black citizens,
Yeah.
but
Oh, sketchy. Yeah, that's a lot. Man. That's
you know,
messed up.
I respect it. I respect that he went from sitting to kneeling
Yeah.
after talking to that Marine.
Mhm.
I forgot the guy's name. I think his name was Nate, and he was a long snapper on the Seahawks
I
for a
think his
little
name
bit.
was G.I. Joe.
And he was a Marine. Yeah, he was a
G.I.
Marine.
Joe.
So I mean, I
Captain
can
America.
respect that. I would not kneel,
Yeah.
but I respect that they have the right to. But you know, like any business, you're gonna have guidelines and consequences for your actions.
Well, you said something at the beginning of this that I picked up immediately. You were like, "Listen, I'm not black, so I don't understand."
yeah,
the
I don't
issues."
understand the real
But
in-depth issues.
here's what this was trying to do. It was trying to get you to go. Well,
Maybe there
what
is a
are the
problem.
issues?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's what they wanted to do, and I'm so glad that.
they want to bring light to the issue, and it makes sense.
And now people are like, well, because at first they were like, you shouldn't kneel, and they and then there's like the background noise, right? They're saying, oh, well, the anthem, this, and the military. But now people are kind of starting to go, why are they kneeling? Well, what's the point? And now we're
Well, I
kind of
think at
going,
this
oh,
point-
that sucks.
I
I mean, you
agree-
still don't want to kneel, but why did they do that for that long? And now people are starting to
I
kind of
agree
find
at the
out.
point that now it's like it's not about kneeling; it's about the next action. Like
Yeah.
the kneeling is done.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, here's the thing.
Find a solution to the issue. That's what you need to do. It's like kneeling isn't going to do anything. It's just a gesture. Like Malcolm Jenkins, like put your money in, try to go meet with people in Washington D.C. and
Was
actually
Malcolm
get
Jenkins the guy that got benched on the Patriots?
no,
that's Malcolm
no,
Milch.
that's
No,
Malcolm
Mitchell.
Butler. Malcolm Butler.
Bill
Thanks for
Belichick.
mentioning
That's
that.
Malcolm Butler.
this.
No, that's Malcolm Butler, and
Yes.
he was the hero versus Seahawks.
Yeah.
he's the one who picked off that
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, but they
At-
benched him
at
in
the
the
gun.
fucking this Super Bowl.
Well, yeah,
I thought it was
and-
because he
Good
kneeled.
time to bench him.
Yeah.
See, oh god. Oh,
All
God.
right, so
But you know what though? I got to interject.
Yeah,
here.
go
no,
ahead.
I
say
can't
something,
help.
Chris.
Go
I
because-
understand that you don't agree.
Well, no, it's not that I don't agree because again, I agree with the principle of kneeling because I think people should be able to speak what they want. I believe in freedom of speech.
Absolutely,
I'm a
yeah.
libertarian.
that's a good
But-
rule.
At the end of the day, I'm not black, so I can't pretend to understand what it's like to be black in America at this time or any other time. But I think where the dissension is between the people that don't understand the kneeling is look at the people that are kneeling, right? They're not the common people, right? Let's just look on the surface. These are NFL superstars.
They are.
Or people that make more money than the people that don't agree with it for the most part in
Uh-huh.
principle. And I think like you said, Brian, people are just starting to realize it now, and the reason why it's taken so long
What
is
was,
the
like, they're like,
people-
what was that argument about again? That's
well,
pretty
the
much
people
what it is.
that are making the argument aren't real people to the people. Like we are the people. We're the middle class or whatever class you want to consider us at this point.
You're probably upper middle.
I might be upper middle.
upper middle.
But
I am
at,
low,
but at the end of the day,
I'm
those
down
people
low.
make more in a day than I make in a year.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's
And
true,
more,
yeah.
more like
I
in
can't-
more like in an
They make
hour.
more than
They
you.
make more than me in
right,
an hour.
whatever. I can't relate to them.
Uh-huh.
So that's what doesn't help the cause. Is these people aren't relatable characters to everyday life.
No, absolutely. But the way that they look at it, and I understand at least their perspective, is that they're the ones who had the platform, so they have to speak for the people that can't.
Exactly.
I'm not
exactly
not
that.
disagreeing, but I'm just to
No,
answer
I
Brian's
yeah,
question
no,
is why
absolutely.
it's taken so
Well,
long to
I
get to that
understand what
point.
you're saying.
I like to break things down to a form that I can understand, so I use my geekness, and I go like this. Pretty much, they're like superheroes.
You're so
right?
cool, Brewster.
Yeah.
You're not a geek.
So like superheroes, are larger than life characters that are. I mean, it's almost hard for us, like Superman.
You don't even see them as people.
Exactly.
Batman, don't bring
I
up
think
Superman.
that's a lot
and
of the
that's
problem.
like the NFL players.
Twitter. That's the problem with Twitter. It's like you could just bash people and it's faceless.
Yeah,
it's
it's not-
anonymous.
yeah, there's
it's
no
so
face,
stupid. I hate the trolls.
But these
on Twitter.
guys, that's why
Go
is
screw
where,
yourselves.
This is where I go like this. It takes a lot of balls for an NFL player to risk his career. Like Colin Kaepernick, his career's done, dude. Nobody picked him up. He does not play in the NFL anymore.
Yeah.
He's not. And I don't think he's ever going to get picked up because of the controversy that he brings with him.
he probably won't.
He sacrificed him as like a martyr.
He definitely sacrificed. I think a lot of people think that he's better than he was. They think of him as better quarterback than he actually was.
Okay, hold
like
on.
If it's
Somebody
let's say
made a
Aaron
point.
Rodgers. Let's say Aaron Rodgers kneels. Is he playing on a roster?
Oh yeah, he's playing.
Oh
all
yeah,
day.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%. If Tom Brady kneeled,
If-
he would
if
still
Tom
be in
Brady
the
kneels.
Super Bowl
Tom
starting
Brady.
quarterback.
Well,
Like
hold on.
if Le'Veon Bell kneeled, he would be back in the game. Antonio Brown kneels, he's back in the game. Like you're trying to win.
Actually, I don't
football
know, man.
games.
I don't know. It might be good. Well, here's the thing. For Colin Kaepernick to not get picked up by any team, though, even as a third stringer, that's a little iffy.
Yeah, no, I think he's better than some of the quarterbacks in the league.
And I think
could agree with
think
that.
that's like
Maybe
just
not
teams,
all the starters. I think a lot of people think
He
that
doesn't
he's
have to
better
start.
than he was.
Yeah,
No,
he
I
doesn't
know.
have to start.
But I think he could be a backup quarterback in the league. But does he want to be a backup
But he
quarterback
also,
in the league?
he's got like he went to a Super Bowl, right? And
Yeah.
he played in that.
Yeah,
Super
Trent
Bowl.
Dilfer went to Super
And
Bowl.
he
What's
should have
your
won
point?
that Super Bowl, but the Ravens cheated and turned off the
The
lights.
lights went off.
Yeah, so he should have won that Super Bowl. But either way, he's got that experience. So I would have put him as a third stringer on my team.
But okay,
and
so
fucking guide
but
my
the thing,
rookie quarterback.
The thing that I have not heard is him saying that he wants to be a backup quarterback. Does he want to be a starter or a backup? Has he said anything?
I think he.
I haven't
would've
heard
taken a team.
anything.
Well,
I haven't heard it.
Here's the thing: the reason why he's not going to say anything is everybody fucking hates him.
Well, yeah, but you know
But
why
the
people
thing
hate
is-
him is because he put his name on something, and then when people asked him to come out and answer questions, he's refused thus far. He doesn't answer questions as to whether he wants to play or doesn't want to play.
Well, I think you got to remember.
He's
you
done
gotta,
a poor job of defending himself.
Okay, so now I'm gonna.
I think
I
we
wanna
need-
try to
I
paint
think
the
we need
picture
to
like
get
this
off
now.
this topic soon because none of us are black. We
Well,
don't know.
No, I know.
But look,
I'm
I
just
I
saying-
love black people.
I did Ancestry.com,
think-
and I may be part black. Just pointing that out.
I think- I think that the thing is, listen, there's stereotypes to every sort of person. Every person's different, man. There's great black people out there. There's terrible white people out there. It's a person by person. We got to give shout outs to some of our teammates on like varsity, like Storm and Norman. I fucking love Norman.
Storm and Norman, if he's listening,
He's
probably
amazing,
not,
man.
'cause
He
hates-
actually
hates me.
texted me or gave me a comment the other day, like hoping I was well.
Uh-huh.
And I think we kind of had a tiff with my ex-girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe he liked her, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Okay.
But he's a great guy, and he's one of the few people I have his phone number, and I think about calling him every now and then.
You should-
Just
we
because
should
he was
call
a
him right now.
genuinely nice guy.
Call him right
I would
now.
call
Let's
him.
put him on the podcast and see
Dude, I'd put him on
without
the
his consent.
podcast. But no, he's a nice guy. Like Jason Jones,
Jason Jones.
he was a nice guy.
Dude,
Didi,
he's Jason
dude,
Jones.
Didi was jacked.
Have you seen the pictures of Jason Jones now?
Yeah.
He's bigger than Didi was.
Dude, he's huge. Yeah.
Jason Jones is the guy we play football with.
He- yeah,
And at
he's
the
a
time,
great
he was
football
a freak
player.
show. Really,
Dude,
really
Didi-
athletic. Now he's a
How
fucking
Didi didn't go
bodybuilder.
D1? I don't understand.
I mean, he's a successful businessman now.
Didi?
Yeah, he's killing it right now. I saw
Good
his
for
Facebook.
him, man.
He's-
Listen, here's the reality. I think if you're looking at people by race and color and trying to judge them based off that, your perception is just so warped it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if I really broke down to the people that I don't like in my life, the majority of them, believe it or not, are probably white.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now,
Actually-
I'm probably going to get called racist because they're like, oh, well, it's because you only know white people. But that's not the reality.
Yeah, no.
But also,
No, listen,
it's
there's
a
bad
product.
people and there's good people of all different colors,
Yeah,
all different
100%.
shapes, all different sizes.
Well, here's the thing. That's one of the things that I learned here in New York, and I didn't appreciate it
Brian,
until
stop cursing. The FCC's watching.
I don't give a shit. Fuck, shit, ass, cock. But anyways, when I went to St. Louis,
I don't endorse those words, by the way.
So when I went out to St. Louis, one of the things that I was thankful about was that I grew up in New York, and it's very diverse.
Yeah.
And you don't think twice about like, I'm
100%
hanging out
agree.
with somebody who's minority.
That's something that
In
I noticed
St.
in
Louis,
Arizona,
dude.
dude.
All right, so in St. Louis, it's actually segregated. It is legitimate. Like in there's only white people who live in certain neighborhoods.
Can I
Only-
point something out that just came on my newsfeed?
Sure, what's up?
President Trump signs executive order to end family separation at the border after public uproar. From Politico.
Wow, he actually listened.
Yeah, he actually stopped the executive order from President Clinton of '96. Go
Yeah.
on.
What a
Yeah.
sellout.
Yeah, what a sellout, what a little bitch. No, but
Can't stand that guy.
But back to
St. Louis, yeah.
It's segregated, right? And I remember noticing that, like, dude, there's no black people here. There's only white people. Then when I went to the area that I worked in, it's only predominantly black. Then there's an area with predominantly Indian, and I didn't even fucking know where Hispanics were.
Yeah,
and
it's
then one day I just stumbled upon them, like,
Dude,
oh, you guys are all here in
Dude,
the
I
bush.
noticed,
Like, what
I
are you guys
noticed
doing?
that there's natural segregation. Even if you look at high school.
No,
Remember our
no.
lunchroom in high school?
Actually, no, it's not, because here's the way it is.
Look at our lunchroom
It's
in high
deeply
school.
rooted
Think
in
about
St.
it.
Louis. And I'm going to tell
Well,
you,
yeah.
somebody
Maybe
told me a
different.
story, right? He said that he bought a house in St. Louis, and he said in the neighborhood it was predominantly white, and then a black couple bought a house, and they're so fucking racist there. And he's from Boston, so he was like, I'm not like that, but these people, they started going, oh my god, there goes the neighborhood, and then they started selling their homes.
Whoa.
And while they were selling their homes, it dropped the property value down, and he was like, dude, I'm not gonna lose out on money. Like, I invested so much, and he built it. He built like parts of the house and added to it. He fixed the backyard. He made a pool. He's like, dude, I got to sell the house. I can't lose money. So he sold his house out of desperation and moved to another neighborhood. And he's like, what's fucked up is that guy bought his house at like $180,000. It's super cheap over there. And it was like a mansion. But
Yeah.
now it's gonna sell for like $150. So he lost money. And he's
When
like,
did it up happening in that neighborhood?
I don't know. I have no idea, dude.
That would be interesting to know.
I kind of want to ask more about that, but just him telling me that made me go, this is like
Yeah,
some
man,
That's not just
crazy-
in St. Louis, though.
No,
Brian.
I know.
That's
and that-
everywhere, including New York.
Yeah, well, it's not as bad here as
Well,
it is.
okay, so the thing is in Phoenix that
It is,
There's
but we just
not-
hide it better in New York. Because
the crazy
in
thing
New
is
York,
there's not many black
maybe.
people, but it's mostly Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish people
in Arizona.
in
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Well, yeah, but here, let's be honest, though, right? Let's call a spade a spade. In New York, for people to be able to afford certain areas of New York, you have to have X amount of dollars, lots of money. Chances are you're not getting into there. Like you just said, $150,000 for a house. You can't buy a house. You couldn't buy a ghetto house in New York for $150,000.
No, you can't even buy a fucking.
So-
You can't even rent a
$50, yeah.
house.
So you could have a respectable, no matter what color, whether it's white, black, Spanish, doesn't matter. Respectable person comes into
Angelo.
that neighborhood. Yeah, an Angelo.
Mongolian.
Mongolian
Genghis
/ Puerto
Khan.
Rican.
We need to. Before we continue, we really need to explain that joke because a lot of people don't know Angelo.
Who, Angelo?
Yeah.
Well, Angelo is.
He thinks he's Puerto Rican,
is
but he's not.
Asian /
the test hasn't come back yet.
Japanese / Puerto Rican / possibly American.
So I have a friend named Angelo who
He's our friend, not
he's
just
Puerto
yours.
Rican. He's our friend.
He's
we have
a
mutual
great
friend
guy.
named-
He's actually
love you,
really
Angelo
good. I like
Lopez.
Angelo too.
He's like
I like
that.
him a lot.
He's like that little kid in class that's struggling to have good grades, and you're just loving.
Let me
every
tell you
second
something.
'cause
You
he's applying.
forget.
He's very shy.
You forget the
Kind
day
of, he's
I
kinda
broke
shy.
my nose in Town Beef.
Uh-huh.
Right, doing this all day.
Town beef is
I'm gonna
also
do
a
this
football.
all day. Broken nose next play.
Dude,
That's
how
a
dumb were we
football,
would actually play?
Yeah.
So
But Angelo-
he toe tapped
It's a tackle
an interception for a touchdown.
Yes,
to
he
get us
did.
to overtime.
He
I was
did.
in the hospital. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
That was good. So Angelo's a mutual friend of ours. He's Puerto Rican, but he looks really Asian.
Mongolian.
And I've been saying I make this joke where like anytime we go to a Chinese restaurant and they're speaking to us or they're talking to each other in Chinese, and I go, Angelo, what did you say? Or we go to a fucking Japanese restaurant and they speak to us in Japanese, and I'm like, Angelo, what did he say? Like literally anything. And they got to the point where if I see an Asian person, I'm like, Angelo. And so that's why I make this joke, because it pisses him off so goddamn much. And I
Oh,
have to
dude,
do
he
it.
gets so red.
It's beautiful.
You got to get under people's
He
skin.
gets red, like
Can't wait
communism
for him to
red.
hear
regardless the shade of the skin.
He is like Chinese communism red.
Yes, yes.
Chinese.
So going back to now,
Great guy.
What were you now before?
So what I was saying was that we hide it better because at the end of the day, I feel like in New York, like if someone that doesn't fit in with the rest of the economic structure buys into a neighborhood, we're like, oh, well, if they could afford it, then they belong here. When you're talking about buying a house for $150,000, that's like, we can't even fathom that in New York.
Yeah.
Like when I hear buying a house for $150,000, I think I spent more in my shed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I pay more in taxes
On
for
that
the
shit,
shed
yeah.
Yeah,
than
dude,
the
it's-
house
it's
when
bad.
you say $150,000. So
How much was your house again?
I'm not going to say, but it was a lot more than $150,000.
It was more
I'm
than
actually
Was
in
it,
the
was,
process,
it, was it in the threes?
I'm in the process of moving now. I'm actually buying another house.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
wow.
mean, the funny thing is, I'm
Not
buying
disclose numbers.
another house not because of how do I word this? Not because of race. Certain type of people are moving into the
Undesirables.
people that don't pay taxes. and wear very
I know what you're
different
talking
types
about.
of clothing.
Hasidic Jewish people.
You said it, not me.
No, I don't give a shit, dude. Like in New York, Hasidic Jewish people will pretty much take over and
They ruin everything.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this for a second.
No,
I got a lot to talk about. When it
Oh
comes
God!
To this.
Oh boy!
They
Look,
tried to
guys,
close the Monroe
if I-
Theater.
If I lose the
Never
Hasidic,
again.
We got it back.
if I lose the Hasidic Jewish market to my podcast, so
I don't
be
even
it.
think they have
Dude,
this.
that's-
It's
yeah,
against
they
their
don't even-
religion.
it's
That's a
on
huge-
on
They may
Saturdays.
listen
That's
from
a
8
huge
o'clock
need.
till
All right.
11 o'clock on a Sunday.
First of all, let's explain Hasidic Jewish. I know people have Google, but I still want to talk about that first. Hasidic
doesn't
Jewish
do it
people,
justice.
They wear like fucking black trench coats and like crazy furry black hats with the twirly. Was that little curly hairs?
The Jerry curls.
The Jerry curls on their cheeks.
Matt, don't answer. Let Brian too.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
true.
I'll take the burn for this. I don't give a shit.
I
But
You're
basically,
protected. We're not.
so
Please.
I've heard. I mean, this is
That is
fascinating. So much I've heard. Basically, I've seen firsthand. Like they don't pay any taxes. There's no taxes.
None.
None.
We pay
Zero
their taxes.
So our taxes will go to build a brand new park that is
Synagogue.
needed. Not a synagogue. So this is a real story. We had a beautiful house in not a house in a beautiful park where I used to live in New York in Rockland, and the park was gorgeous. It had a 9/11 memorial. It had like nice area to see the beach, and then you can cook out and all kinds of shit. It was beautiful. We go there and we're like, wow, they opened it. It's awesome. Within fucking 2 hours, you see like 7 buses come in filled with Hasidic Jewish people.
With 100 Hasidic families.
And it's like as soon as they come out, they just start throwing garbage. I'm like, all right, guys, empty out the garbage cans here and let's fucking enjoy. And they just take over. And I'm like, yo, they didn't pay any taxes to build this, but they just said, all right, get out, guys. This is ours now. And they took over. And that's the first time I was like, that's kind of annoying. It's pissing me off. But that's not a reason to hate a whole fucking. And I don't
Segment
hate
of
them.
people,
There's actually a lot of nice ones, but for the most part, they're really clever at taking advantage of us. And here's one of the things that I found out, and I did not know that, and I think it's fucking genius, but I'm so mad that I didn't think of it. They basically what they do is they'll take an entire fucking community and they'll say, only I will receive the money you make for your companies or jobs. So all your money is going to go to my bank account. So it's going to look like I'm making $1 million, right? But because there's tax cuts for people who make a certain amount of money, we're going to have less taxes taken out of all of your money. And then once that happens, I will let you
Distribute
borrow
it.
money.
Redistribute it, yeah.
And it's like, whoa. So not only do they not pay taxes for like anything in
But then the money they do receive, as far as from a business practice,
it's just
they get
fucking,
tax
yeah,
cuts on
they
it.
don't fucking. And
and they buy
hear-
everything cash. So when they go to take over communities, what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll buy everything cash.
they have their own police.
Everything. They have their own police, fire
government,
department.
doctors.
It's like their own little world.
and,
have their
and they
own-
just live
they have their
on
own
our
communities,
land.
yeah.
That's like fucking like we at least we give like Indian reservation, like we should give them a
Here,
reservation.
give it back.
Just stay away from like what we
Just
do.
leave us
You
alone.
can't-
Go
you
in the
can't take
desert
advantage.
with
So the
Matt.
2 greatest ideas ever:
I'm probably gonna get killed for
Girl
this.
Scouts.
You will.
They're peddling in Girl Scout cookies. These kids don't get paid. It's a genius idea.
What do you mean? The
Girl
He's saying-
Scout cookies,
He's
dude.
saying that the Girl Scouts of America are basically exploiting these little
Dude,
girls
it's like
to
little-
sell their cookies.
They're like little drug dealers in
Yeah.
front of grocery stores.
Yeah.
It's a genius idea.
Not
and
only that,
Goodwill
there's
too,
fucking
dude.
signs and shit everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
oh, don't forget to get your Girl Scout
Oh
cookies.
my
over
God.
here.
Goodwill
I'll get 100
is an
points.
absolute travesty because if you look at how much that CEO makes in profit,
Dude, you gotta make it.
It's-
The next Girl
Well,
Scout
you
I
think
see.
about it.
well,
small
Listen,
percentage.
Here's the
think
thing.
about this. Think
Goes
about this.
back.
If anybody-
you're
hold
in
on, if-
business, you're in business. What if your inventory
actually,
was?
I'm the only one who's really in business.
Well, I mean, he works for a business.
Brian's
too.
really not. He's on a podcast.
Well, they work for a business. But
Although I am the business
imagine-
Which, by the way, I am
Okay, so
selling Girl
Chris-
Scout cookies.
Chris, imagine your inventory is $0, and you're paying your employees minimum wage. Is that not the greatest idea ever?
It would be the best thing.
Yeah,
ever.
Goodwill is the greatest idea you ever come up with. I don't know how you did it, but congrats.
And they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
But this, to
So are
be
Hasidics.
honest, it's designed to help people who need
no,
that
no, I
kinda-
understand.
Yeah,
I
but the
underst-
problem is,
Listen,
Brian,
I
if you look
understand
into
the concept,
Goodwill,
but
look at how much the
more like
CEO
bad
of
will.
Goodwill makes.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know
if
the
you-
financial numbers.
The funny
but
thing is,
I'm just saying
anything-
it's a great idea.
And I'm not making any. This is not to be a political statement because this is a reality. No matter
Sounds
whether
pretty
it's
political.
Well, no. Whether Republicans
getting into
or
politics.
Democrats are in office, this is the reality. If you look at any of the, I can't even think.
What was the thing? I don't even
I
know.
don't even know what we were talking about.
Well, Goodwill. We were
Talking
talking about
about Goodwill.
Goodwill.
yeah,
the
if you have any of
CEO.
these funds, anything, anything that you donate to, anything the government's involved with, a very small percentage goes back to the people that actually you're donating to.
You need it. Yeah.
Like St. Jude's, 100% goes to them. The Ronald McDonald Fund, 100%. Look at the Red Cross, very small percent goes back.
Actually, the
Goodwill,
Red Cross is
very
crazy.
Small percent. Dude, it's all bull crap.
But
It's a
now,
business.
Here's the thing: if you look at any company,
The government's a business, Brian.
yeah, the deeper you look into companies, you'll find some crazy shit on all those companies.
Well, it's like what Jose said the other day in your podcast is 100% true. Our America in general isn't a country; it's a corporation. We are a corporation.
yeah.
Every person is an individual corporation. If you look into it, you'll find a lot of things that may bother you about yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even know it yet.
Oh man, I hate myself.
Yeah,
Well,
man. I fucking
Don't
take
Google
it back.
yourself, though.
I would
I
never Google
punched little
myself.
Girl
I
Scout
haven't done
cookie.
anything. Google
Do you ever
worthy.
Google murder?
I Googled murder, and now I know how to do it. It's really easy. Done it twice, actually.
I just take so many pills.
Well,
You're
you
just
got-
looking for attention if you take pills.
If you guys know how to get rid of a body, it's in my trunk.
There's no way. That's a hatchback.
Yeah. No. So, but back to like companies being fucking evil as shit. I
not
mean,
all companies are evil.
Uh,
You know, at the end
yeah,
of the day,
Costco.
listen.
probably Costco's good.
Well, look, at the end of the day, they're trying to make money for their shareholders. Everyone's got a boss.
yeah.
That's the truth. Everyone has a boss. Even if you're a publicly traded company like Amazon, Jeff Bezos. I mean,
So this, but
he
that
kind of. I mean, he doesn't have a boss technically, but once you're a publicly traded company, you have a boss. You have shareholders, and they own some of your company. And he owns the majority of the shares.
It's like Survivor. You could just get voted off the island.
All right,
but
hold on,
man, Amazon is just taking over everything.
Here's the thing. I want to go back to the Hasidic Jews for a second.
Okay, this is all you. I'm not saying anything.
Really, you guys really don't want to?
Yeah,
talk
I'm,
I don't wanna
I'm
touch-
just saying I'm moving. That's it.
Really?
That's how we got on this subject.
Yeah,
I'm
listen,
moving.
man. I don't want to.
You're not going
alienate
to
any
We're not
segments of
offending
people.
anybody. I just want. It's the truth.
I'm not
Like,
moving
Listen,
because
they're
I
not
don't
listening
like
to
you.
this.
I just can't
Is
afford
it the
the.
Sabbath today? They're not listening.
They're not going to listen to this shit.
I'm not moving because I don't like them. I'm moving because I can't afford the taxes now because they're not going to pay any.
Yeah, and that's fucking. It's a problem that like.
That
and
is an issue that we should address that we haven't addressed.
Here's the and now this is the main root of the issue is they
This is all your words,
they
not
they,
mine.
they stand behind religion. They stand behind religion.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a loophole that they have found, and they're exploiting it. And we're too, like, I guess, stubborn to go. Okay, maybe the religion.
No,
thing
we're
is
too oblivious.
No, it's not oblivious because people go, yo, we got to keep
Maybe
religion.
we're probably
and
paid off.
We got to give religion and like fucking government separate. But people are like,
But it's
well,
not.
we can't.
But that's not making it separate. That's making it together. Because now the government is making a conscious decision not to tax these people. Why
That's
would
the
we do
point.
that?
That's the point. We
Okay,
should
so
fucking
what I
tax
would
them.
do, I'll tell you what I would do. What I would do is I would go to every single house, and if they're not having a service that day, guess what? You're paying taxes. That's it. I
Well-
want to come every
well, no, they-
Saturday,
yeah, they
and
say-
if you're not having a service, a synagogue, you're paying taxes.
Well, that's the thing. They say, "Oh no, this is a synagogue.
No,
we do
yeah,
it
I
on
know,
Tuesdays,
but-
then we're gonna go Wednesday across the street to my friend's house. Then Thursday we're gonna go to this guy's.
Well,
well,
see, but
then
it's
I'll go there.
ridiculous, though,
I
because
will go
let's-
there
but that's
every.
what they
Let's
do,
look at
dude.
the
That's what.
I'll go there every day of
Judeo-Christian
the week.
religion, right?
Okay.
If you're a pastor and you have a church,
Okay.
you don't live in the church, right? Your house is on the property generally of the church, and that house doesn't pay taxes. Fine, but it's a house, and that's a church.
Uh-huh.
They're living in their church.
Yeah,
right?
but they don't pay. They don't
Not
pay
everyone's a
taxes.
pastor.
I know that.
I
but-
think that's what we're saying.
Well,
Not everyone's a pastor.
I get
Maybe,
it.
I don't
but
know.
that's
Maybe
a
they
whole nother issue in itself, and I 100% agree. But I don't even know. I don't know.
Well, the thing
It's
is,
never going to get fixed, and I'll tell you why
No, it
it's never
won't.
going to get fixed. Because, well, I'm not going to say why.
Probably people get paid off.
Oh, you think?
yeah, the
I
corruption.
can name a couple of people that just ran for president and lost.
Can you name them?
Yeah, they just lost presidency.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
was it they or she?
I'm not saying.
You talking
anything.
about she?
I'm not trying to get.
I don't
Because
even know.
I'm with her.
I'm not trying to get.
I'm with her. Fucking so.
Hashtag me too.
Oh, hashtag me too. Yes.
Us too.
Time's up. I forgot about that hashtag. Time's up.
Hashtag us too.
Hashtag us too.
That's a movement I'm actually starting.
We're starting that one.
What else do we have on the docket?
I'll mention that in another
Oh, God.
Skip
podcast.
this one.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna get so.
Brian,
much
what do you think
shit
of
for
us
this
two?
one.
Dude, you're gonna get murdered.
I'm probably gonna get stabbed.
Chris is definitely getting killed. There's no doubt about that.
the
Listen,
Hebrew
time
hammer-
out.
Do you
And
ever
I
get
may just get skinned.
the
That's
Hebrew
not
hammer?
100%
I'm gonna
true
get
because
crucified.
if I haven't been murdered for my Facebook yet, I'm untouchable.
Okay, so now that's a great segue. That's a great
That's
segue.
a fantastic segue.
That's what I do. I'm great.
So the segue is
What's the subject?
Thanks, Trump.
what the hell? Like, Facebook is like a fucking cesspool of argumentative people.
Yeah,
Just
dude.
fucking. Some
Named
of them are
Jose
just
Castillo.
trolling.
Facebook has become a trial.
It is, dude.
It's a court.
It's insane.
We're in court. That's why I don't post anything.
Dude, I'm guilty every day.
I post two things: musical
moment.
lyrics and videos.
You know
comedy videos.
So you know what? There's one thing that I find on Facebook constantly. When I go on Facebook, right? I'll just go on it just because I want to see what some of my friends are doing, right?
Don't
I bet if I
become
go
mine.
on Facebook, right?
yeah,
I'm gonna start.
I don't feel
scrolling
like
down.
seeing Chris's tangent about
No,
how
so-
Lundqvist sucks and he
so-
should have been traded 5 years ago.
10 years ago.
So like the first thing I see is you're saying Trump is worse than Obama, and then it's question mark, and then it shows like a picture of Obama administration officials or Russian. So like he's just trying to start a fight there, and then there's people that are commenting.
Oh,
I'm
there's
angry.
but this is the thing. Everyone bites.
So then the next person, this is literally the first two people that are popping.
This
up
is this is Brian's newsfeed.
Yeah,
right
the
here.
next fucking person is saying if a person robs a store and gets sent to jail, nobody complains about how they were separated from their family. They will say that
It's a
person
valid point.
Whatever. It goes on. It's talking about illegal immigrants, and now this person's trying to start a fight. And now the next person, when I go down there's Jose.
Well, no, but
Jose's
hold
talking
on.
about-
Time out there. You're making it like everyone wants a fight. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that there's a certain portion of people that are trying to start a fight, and then there's a portion of people that are defending themselves,
Uh-huh.
right?
Well, actually, there's backstory behind that because those first two people that they're notorious for just fucking
Well,
putting
no,
shit
but
up and just,
but
yeah.
you know those people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in general.
Well,
on
everybody
Facebook.
has them. Like I know that you have friends that
Everyone
you're
has a
probably like,
different
oh my god, this
personality.
guy's
I
a piece of shit.
I have no friends on Facebook anymore.
Yeah, it's
I
bad.
literally am
It's
friends with.
bad.
I'm friends with you, my brother, and my wife.
And it's only because you feel
if
sorry
anyone
for
else
me.
is friends with me on
Which-
Facebook, thank you because I literally have no friends anymore, and I'm fine with that.
It's so
honestly,
bad, dude.
I hate talking politics. I just hate it. I don't enjoy it.
Nobody knows what they're talking about.
No, that's
I don't know what I'm
that's
talking
the-
about.
Dude,
So,
the
no,
politicians don't know
I
what
hate
they're
talking
about.
about
The smartest
it
people
because
in the
I know
world
what
are
I'm
not
talking
politicians.
about, and they don't.
It's but mind blowing because when I go on Facebook and you see how crazy some people like. I remember like this was probably 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. We went to my brother's calling. No, we went to
So
Chicago.
did you see what I just
Is this a
posted
live
on
feed?
Facebook?
Yeah. So we were in
I
Chicago.
want to get some comments from you.
Tell Chris to shut up
And
and,
the
stop
boys.
name dropping me on the podcast.
Yeah.
That dick.
No. So we were in Chicago, and I had posted something, or somebody posted something. It was a friend of mine who was in. Well, he used to be a friend of mine.
Rob Emanuel?
No, did you see that? Did you see the Facebook battle that I had with somebody who pretty much he took off his gloves and decided to say,
Oh,
"You know
when
what? I
he
never
was-
liked you. I always hated you. You're a stupid."
Wait,
like,
no,
that was
immigrant."
me.
So I saw something
No.
about you moving out of the U.S. Was that?
No, I said something about.
I'm
So
looking
you won't
to move
have
out
to
of the
lose
U.S.
be
right
a wall.
now.
He said something about like.
Was
oh,
that? But is that the conversation?
Yeah,
you're
he
talking
wanted me
about?
to. He wanted me to leave America. Like you should get out because you don't even belong here. You're a stupid spick or something.
Whoa.
Whoa,
no.
I resent that comment because I actually found out that I am more Spanish than Italian.
No, dude, it has
So-
nothing.
No, listen,
it has
no,
nothing
dude,
to do with
no, there's
racism.
more.
That's terrible, though.
No,
Go.
there's more.
Keep
There's
going.
more. And he
Keep
kept
telling me.
So now he's like, you and your family are a bunch of Mexicans. Go back to Mexico where you belong.
But you're Nicaraguan. I
I
thought.
know. It's crazy.
He's not
And
educated.
so now my wife is like fucking.
She's furious, yeah.
And I was laughing the
White
whole
people
time.
get furious about stuff like
I
that.
thought it
You
was
do
hilarious.
not want to piss her off either. I know her.
She
and
killed
you
6
do not
people. She
want
likes to
to
White
piss
people
her
get
off.
pissed off when someone says the S word,
Yeah.
talking about Spanish people.
So here's the thing. So like I go on there and I'm like I just like did emojis of me kissing, like just going, like blowing kisses at him, and he was just like, "You're real funny, huh? You know that? I never really liked you at work, and you're a stupid spick, and blah blah blah, and we're gonna build that wall."
So this is someone you worked with?
Yeah.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
he was-
No wonder why you hate corporations.
No, dude, and he kept saying the worst shit ever, and it all
Oh
came from
my
like he
God.
said something, and I was like, "Dude, do you know it doesn't matter."
Honestly, you know what
either
I
of
think
us
you should
Yeah.
do? You should bring it up and read these things because I need to know what he said.
Let me see if
See if you can find it.
No,
just
there's
real
no
quick.
way. I'm
No?
pretty sure that Facebook deleted or he deleted it all.
Oh, come on. Mark Zuckerberg's
No, dude,
not
that's
that
like,
powerful.
It's like yeah, he is pretty powerful.
He's pretty powerful.
But anyways, the point is, he went on a crazy tirade just to destroy me and like make fun of my nationality, all kinds of
just-
crap. He called me
Like,
like
stuff like that is not worth my time.
Well,
I don't
I was just like,
You were
finally-
egging him on probably after a
No,
while.
no. I honestly was just
Were
saying.
you?
I was just saying, I
Brian,
love you.
just your
I love you
existence
too.
is egging people on.
I was just saying, I love you. Stuff like that, blowing him kisses,
Yeah.
giving him
The
wink
ultimate
faces.
egg on.
You know,
You were doing the Mike Tyson thing.
standard stuff. Like, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna eat your babies.
No, it's
and
just.
then
Yeah,
he
I can't
finally-
wait till the night of the 28th. I'm gonna make him my girlfriend.
Finally, I said to him, dude.
Yo, man, there's something called class. You have none of it. You are sweet. Make sure you kiss me. Rub with those big lips.
So I said to him, I go, dude, why are you being like this? And he goes, well, you said that my opinion doesn't matter and that I don't matter. I said, we
Yeah, you don't.
matter. I said, me and you don't matter.
This
it doesn't
all
matter
doesn't
what we
matter.
say because they're never going to listen to us anyways.
Who's they?
You know, fucking government or whatever. Like none of our opinions even fucking matter. And he says to me, oh, I didn't see that. I feel kind of like a dick.
Oh yeah, you
But
are.
I still
I still agree.
with what I say. Yeah, and pretty much. And I'm like,
don't like you.
and so I was like,
You're a mean person, Brian.
dude, my wife, even some of my friends that I haven't spoken to in a while, they would call me and go, dude, what was up with that guy on
Yeah.
Facebook? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. It was pretty funny though,
Are
right?
you still alive?
Like-
Well, I called you and I was like, I really like that guy. Do you have his number?
You want me to kill him? No, but like, and that's the thing about Facebook is like, I feel like people post shit on there and they're looking for an argument.
Yeah,
Some of
dude,
them are.
Everyone,
Nobody really
everyone's looking
goes,
for an argument.
I think when I post this, it's going to go well. People are going to just go, I agree. You're right. I was wrong. It's meant for them to go, get angry.
I got to be honest. That's my hope with every post I post.
Dude.
And then as soon as I hit send, I'm like,
I shouldn't have done that, right?
this
but-
is not going to go well.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If you ask a question, what you really want to say is your perspective on the question.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care what the other person's answer is.
No.
You just want to open the
You
conversation.
just want to open the conversation so you can try to one up
So
them
you
and-
can say what you want to say.
Yeah,
But you don't have the balls to say it. So you got to
Yeah.
ask a question first.
exactly. As a matter of fact, let me see if I find
A lot
another.
of cowards on Facebook and Twitter.
So this person, right? Remember the one I was telling you about? Where,
Facebook, when you really think about it, is a very poor name because you're really not putting your face to it.
when did Facebook turn into this though? Like, when do you think it just changed
I
into
think originally it was more so about the pictures, kind of the experience that was going on, what you were doing that day.
Dude,
and
Facebook was a female's wet
over
dream.
the
Let's just be
last-
honest, because it was like, oh my god, I can post
Over the
pictures
last-
24/7 and put a status on it, and I can just
Look
keep
at that,
doing
dude.
it.
Look at that. Like this is about the immigration.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Like, oh, here it is, passed by Democrat. And then here's another one. Like, oh, facilities is nearing capacity for more children. Okay, that's another. Here's another one. In America, we take children on blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to keep going up and like, it's just fucking nothing but political garbage.
Okay, so the thing about Facebook is you see the
There's
greatest moments of everyone.
That's mine. Read
Yeah.
it, Brian.
Going to be a rough next couple of years. For
That's the
sports.
thing with
Yeah,
social
see, that's
media.
A good one.
Okay,
that's
so-
refreshing.
Dude,
So-
all I do
so
is talk
listen.
about sports on that damn thing.
So
beautiful.
listen, America has an issue with depression at this point, and the reason is social media. You
I don't
post
think
all,
it's more, I think it's more than that.
but
though.
I'm telling you this: do you ever post when you have an argument with your wife on social media,
no, hell
or
no.
do you post when you're on vacation in Hawaii?
I will post when I'm on vacation
Yeah,
in Denver. What's
you,
up?
You post the greatest moments of your life, so everyone thinks that you have a perfect life because that's the perception of everyone.
That's
when you're
that's a good point.
Yeah, when you're on social media, you don't post like, "Just had an argument with my wife, sitting on the couch. I have to sleep here tonight." No one's posting that.
So,
I would.
so you think that's an emotional response to
I
like
think
seeing
that's
people
why a lot of
being
kids are
happy?
depressed. I think that's
Hold
why a
on,
lot
all
of
right.
people are depressed.
So I actually read something where like
Well, actually, you know what? Matt brings up a good point because I'm not going to name any names, but I had a friend, and she was married, and she ended up getting divorced.
Uh-huh.
And the funny thing is, if you looked at her Facebook life,
Oh,
quote
the
unquote, Facebook life,
the best
I
relationship
literally
ever.
was like, dude, my marriage sucks.
yeah.
I love you, Lauren. But like, I was like,
It's over now.
I was literally like, I should be divorced. My life sucks. This is a terrible. No, but
yeah.
meaning you look at someone
But,
else's
yeah.
life and these pictures and their statuses. I'm so in love. This, that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm not like that. Like,
Yeah, I
what's
know.
going on? And then all of a sudden, it was my 30th birthday, and I find out she's getting divorced.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, all right,
Oh,
maybe
that
my
sucks.
life's not that bad.
That's pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
But again, I think Matt's onto something. Is that you
The depression
portray
thing?
a different life on Facebook than you really have, and
Dude,
that's why
everyone's a marketer. You're
Right.
marketing your life.
it's
in
your
a-
own
in a-
brand.
Yeah.
Actually,
Everyone
in
has
a
their
bright
own brand.
perspective.
Oh, Brian's gonna go off on this. I can see it in his eyes.
That's funny.
can see it in his eyes.
No.
Viewers, right now, Brian just lit up
You
like
have
the
a different
4th of July.
perspective. Tell us your
No,
perspective.
he says something that actually struck a nerve because I have there was a couple of people that I've talked to and they were
Mhm.
like, so what does my Facebook look like to other people?
To you.
So
yeah.
she looked on my phone and she saw her Facebook and she said, wow, my life is fucking awesome. Like I have a badass looking life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I mean, it's true. She does. It looks pretty awesome. Like she's traveled
Yeah.
the world. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But that line made me go, yeah, dude, there's people are gonna look at that and they're gonna think, why isn't my life like that?
Yeah.
And it's not just with her. They're gonna see anyone else, and I think that feeds into that anger.
So one of my friends said that if it didn't happen on social media, it never happened.
Yeah,
And-
that's
and
so
just-
stupid.
But
Oh.
just that fact tells me that, oh my God, we're in a bad place right now.
Yeah. Because now, as soon as I can't fucking stand it, but like when people are watching something that like is awe inspired, like awe dropping, like you're just like, wow, that's so cool. Just look at it, enjoy it, experience it. But
Yeah.
people fucking, oh, where's my phone?
Yeah, where's my phone?
I'm
Let
not
me
gonna
take
enjoy it.
50,000 pictures of something. Sometimes you just got to put your phone down and enjoy what's
Like, all
in
right,
front of you.
when we were in
Like right now, even though we're recording.
Yeah. Well, this is just because we wanted to reach more people, because it's fun.
We want to make you a part of the conversation to let you know that you're not alone.
That's the thing, is that there's the difference. Like, I post this up, and people can have conversations with us, and if they want to be on the show, I'll fucking put them on the show.
Dude, that's why I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you feel like you're a part of the conversation.
Yeah. It's no, I still got a good
He's good.
amount.
He's good. Yeah, make me a
We're
drink,
distributing
little
more
girl.
alcohol to each other to make the podcast sound better. But
Yeah.
no,
Sounds great to us.
but no, you're right, because the depression, like there's a thing where suicide is
It's increasing,
growing.
yeah.
But I don't think it's just social
I don't think it's
media.
just social media.
like
no.
like some people, like people are losing their jobs, right? People are losing their pensions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other people are like, wages are stagnant.
I think the issue that we've always had is we compare ourselves to others. You compare yourself to the best person that you know, as far as the best life, quote unquote, the richest person you know.
You know another thing that
Thou
threw a
shalt not
monkey
envy.
wrench. Actually, Chris, this is a good one. You know
That is
another
true.
thing that has really thrown a monkey wrench in everything. One of the things that I did when I was about to get the offer to become a manager for my company was I went on the internet and I went on Glassdoor, and you can see what the average amount
salaries,
of people,
right? Yeah.
So you see the salaries,
I
and
do
now
that
I
all
can
the
go, well, now if they don't give me what I assume I should get, I'm gonna be fucking pissed
I'm
off.
upset, yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do that. Or maybe
Typical-
you have the
But
job.
that's very millennial of you, Brian.
Well, I have to know. Like, and you wouldn't. You're
well, I'll
telling
tell
me
you
you
this,
wouldn't
man.
want to
Yeah,
know.
but you know what the funny thing is? I'm by definition a millennial, but my mind doesn't think like a millennial
Why not? Why wouldn't you want to know? Like,
because
how much
I
you
don't
can
know.
make?
you
you got to remember, it's a business. Like, you're making the money, but I got to make the money too.
But what I need to know, what are the parameters, right?
Yeah.
So like you're looking at the range for that position.
Well, I just want to be like further, like more, I guess, informed, more well informed. So when I go in, I don't.
That's a millennial's view. But anyway,
We're
in which I'm a
disagreeing.
millennial. So, but I don't think that way. Like
Age-wise.
I'm always like, yeah, age-wise, my mentality's not very millennial-like. But
You're not
I want to
progressive.
know the parameters, and as long as I know what the parameters are, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna excel in that system. I just need to know what the rules are, and if I know the rules, I'm gonna be the best.
Okay, but no, there's a difference between being the best and knowing what you're worth. I can be the best, but if I'm not getting fucking paid for it,
here's the reality, Brian. Very rarely will you get paid what you're worth, and here's what I mean by that: is everyone thinks they're worth more than they really.
well, first of all,
probably
I'm worth
are.
like $1 gajillion. So,
And you will get paid it because I'm your business manager. I'm the best at what I do.
but no,
But,
yeah, I
but
see
I'm
your
telling
point.
you,
I see your
I'll
point.
tell you this right now. Expectation is what makes me so miserable. I had high expectations for myself. I thought I would be something at this point, and now I'm in your apartment talking to a microphone.
Well, because
it's not
you
a
did
good
the
apartment,
same
it's a
thing
shithole.
probably that I did. Is
No,
you
it's not
sold
that
yourself
bad. It's not
on
as
the
bad as you sold
idea
it to.
that life just falls into place.
That's it. We were talking about it in the car. My definition of an adult was that you have it all together. You figured it out. Now I realize that there's no such thing
We
as
have
an
no
adult.
idea what we're doing.
There's an 87-year-old baby.
And I'm thinking, how the fuck did my parents do all
Do this. No, and they don't even know how they did it.
Well, here,
What do you want to be? I don't know. Whatever I get paid for. That's
Here-
what it becomes.
Exactly.
Here's the reality, right? Is by definition, and again, I'm not trying to be like a dick or trying to brag, but by definition, like,
Yes, he is.
no, I'm not. I really am not. By definition, I have it figured out. Like, I can pay my bills.
That's
I
true.
have a house. I have a wife, 2 kids. I can support them. I have multiple cars, assets, whatever. I still don't know what I want to be.
Okay.
No clue.
Okay, well, I want to piggyback on that then, because I had.
Go ahead, jump on.
With-
I can carry you.
So with the job that I had, right, I was working full time, and I was making a killing. I was making good money, and me and my wife pretty much said, "Dude, we made it. Like, we paid our debt. We paid off all our debt. We're gonna continue to grow our finance,
like a tree.
and we'll be able to buy a house and do that. And I'm like, but is that what we want to do? Do you want to buy a house and have kids and live out the American dream? And she's like, honestly, no, I don't fucking want to do that. And I don't either. And there's something about going into my company, going in the store and doing my job. It's not fulfilling. Yes, I'm the best at it.
Right there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. You just said a word.
Not fulfilling.
You just said fulfilling.
Yeah. I don't fucking care.
That is the key. Are you fulfilled?
And I'm not.
I'm 100% not.
It's
I'm
so
not
weird
fulfilled
because
either.
I'm number one and I don't want to fucking brag, but I am number one in my store and in like compared to other stores. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm like a good salesperson. I'm making great money, but I don't fucking care. Like when they say Brian's number one in sales and he's done this, and that, and what, I'm like, I couldn't give two shits.
See,
when they come and pat me on the back, I'm like, dude, don't fucking pat. That guy over there didn't make as much money.
You say that though because I'm not fulfilled either.
Yeah.
But you're like the other side of it, right? So like you're not fulfilled and you just are like fuck this, fuck everything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Like I believe in everything that I do and all this stuff, and I agree with we're a very process oriented company where I work. So I believe in the process. I believe in everything.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't fulfill me.
Yeah.
Like me individually, it doesn't fulfill.
Like I don't go home thinking, yeah, that's a real good job. I don't give a shit what I did at fucking work.
No, I can acknowledge that I have a good job. Yeah. Like I know I have a good job and I do well for myself.
Well, I have a good job too. It's respectable.
But it doesn't cater to me as a person. Like
Yeah.
I'm not personally fulfilled. Where when I go home, I'm like, I made it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem because I have so many people that I have conversations with like, wow, you really like my mom all the time, and you know, I devalue it because she's my mom to begin with. I feel like if I was like shoveling shit off the street, she'd be like, you made it. Good job. Good job. You're really doing it.
You're the best shoveler of shit I've ever
Right.
known.
You shovel that shit real good.
But like people are like,
Mix it around.
You do well for yourself, and I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a problem.
Dude, I'm
to me.
completely unfulfilled in my life. I just feel like
That's not hard.
I just feel like life in general is meaningless. That's what I really feel like.
No, because
I 100% feel like that.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen like
I think about killing myself every day.
you know what it is? It's the little things that make me go, oh yeah, I'm so glad I'm alive. I'm so glad that I have taste buds.
I've never
when
had
I eat a
that
fucking
feeling in my
sandwich that
life.
tastes amazing, I'm like, yeah, this is what it's all about, bro.
Yeah, it's
but
about
when I
getting
come home
fat.
from work, like I
Great.
know I have a respectable job. I know that I'm making a living, and I know that I'm being able to support my family. And that's should be enough. But
It's not a family.
not.
It's you and her.
It's a family, dude.
To me,
it's
man,
kinda
I'm just
two
trying to
people.
find why are we really here? That's what I'm trying to figure out in my mind.
That's
It's-
another
dude.
Oh,
I'm not
shit,
about
dude.
I'm not about collecting
Going
paper
deep, bro.
with dead people on it. That's not my meaning. I don't care about money. You know what I care about? Freedom. That's the only reason that I want money is for freedom. I don't need it for
Okay, so
materialistic
one of the things that
feeling.
I like to be able to do is like, so now that I went part time, I have fucking so much time to just do the things
dude,
that
I want to
want to do.
create something.
How do you pay your bills part time? I need to know.
Actually, because I'm pretty good at selling, like that's all
And
I
then
need. I only
also,
need to go part time.
I mean, also your wife works too.
and
so you got dual income.
She pays a little.
you have dual income. You don't have children, so you don't have much overhead.
No, it's
Right?
just this.
That's
It's
it.
in this shithole apartment.
That
the
and
equipment I
then
just
your
bought.
car,
and both our cars.
both your cars,
Okay.
insurance.
Actually, I remember what
cell
I was going to
phones,
say.
bills,
And cell
cell
phones.
Yeah.
I remember what I was going to say now. It was when I'm at work and I have conversations and I interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that is annoying is it's fake interaction. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
acting.
trying to
100%.
figure out
Every
what
day
it
is an
you need.
act.
It's an act. You pretend to be somebody you're not around your coworkers. You pretend to be someone else you're not around customers.
Mm-hmm.
And you pretend you're not like who you're not. Like literally every single
Right, I'm a
minute.
completely different person at work than I'm at
That's my
home.
point.
Oh, absolutely.
But then you come home and you're like that, like all those conversations. Like I enjoy talking to people, but I don't. When we start talking about anything but the product, that's when I'm like, this is fucking cool. I have more fun right now on this podcast talking to you guys about whatever the fuck it is we want to talk
this
about.
is the
Because we're
most-
us.
Because
this
we're
is the
us.
most fun I've had.
Now, and here's the thing. I think what's happening is because I go to work and I pretend I'm this person I'm not. You fucking feel like, what is this? Like, what? Why do I have to come? I don't want to play this
But
game
you know
anymore.
why?
Yeah.
I
You
could
feel like a
I could tell you.
shapeshifter.
See, I'm a psychology major, so I was also pre-med.
Pre-med,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
I'm a
but
doctor.
No, but I
Orthopedic surgeon.
really was a psychology major. So
Specialize in knees and elbows.
St. Thomas Aquinas, give you the plug. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay.
I graduated after 6 years.
The
No,
Van
but no,
Wilder
reality,
route.
here's
No,
why,
so
though,
it's
right? Because
psychology.
at work, you don't get to choose the people that you're around, right? So
That's true.
you have outside people interfering with your life,
Yeah.
quote unquote. Whereas right now, we're sitting around a table. I like Matt kinda. He's my brother, kind of my best friend, maybe. And then I have you, and I like being around you. I mean, shit. We say I love you when we hang up with each other. So
because we love each other.
Whoa.
But we
I never got I love you.
once in a while.
You get it. You'll get it.
But we want to, like, we enjoy each other's company, but we choose this. Like, we chose to be your friend.
Yes,
I didn't
that's
choose
true.
to be his brother, but I chose to keep him as an acquaintance because there's plenty of siblings that don't keep each other's
That's
acquaintances.
true.
So we choose that
We're
lifestyle.
fortunate.
At work, you don't choose your boss, you don't choose your coworkers, your peers, and the customers.
You don't choose your environment.
These are outside interferences that kind of just come, and they just come into your life, and you're like, oh my God, now I got to be someone I don't, to cater to them, whether it's to get money or to get a promotion or whatever it is. And that's an interference of your lifestyle.
But I think that, like, it's okay if I don't pick the people I work with, because as long as we get to know each other and I get to know them at like a human level.
Yeah, but there again.
But we don't get to do that. It's not designed for us to have to get to
I'm
know
not
each other.
disagreeing, but again, if you did, you were choosing that person or choosing to connect, and you may try to connect and it may not even work out. And if you do, you've chosen, like, I want this person in my inner circle.
Yeah. Well, no, I not necessarily. It doesn't have to be in my inner circle, but I do want to
Brian,
be
I
able
just
to
want
have
to
a
point out that I am a psych major again.
Yeah.
And you're not.
I want to be able to, like, I don't know, when I meet the people at work, they're gonna be fake to you as well.
Yeah,
Like,
everything's
I don't
an
want
act.
them, but it's all because, like, at first,
Well, sales is a negotiation.
Yeah.
It's an act. That's
It
what
is.
it
Yeah,
is.
but
So-
not
and-
for nothing though. I'm in sales,
Chris is
right?
in sales,
And
yes.
you can sift through people with the sales, right? And like two salespeople can understand one another and build a relationship off
That's
of that.
true,
Okay.
yeah.
actually, I got a great
find
way.
a common ground.
Right.
I got a great way to explain, I think, what my issue is. Like, I can go to work.
Go
right,
ahead. I'll dissect it.
and have great conversations with customers and coworkers and even bosses, right? But if I didn't make any sales, it's a fucking bust. But I
Yeah.
might have had an amazing day. I might have gotten some.
Met some great
I met some great people and
like
had a lot of
different-
intellectual conversation or learned something new. But at the end of the day, it doesn't.
You didn't
100%.
They're
monetize.
telling me this is wrong. You didn't
didn't
make
monetize.
money.
That's the
Because it's
thing.
fucked up.
But that's the thing, because
it's all about paper, bro.
right, because
Yeah.
with a job, number one, your goal is that if you don't get a paycheck and you went there and made friends and you love everyone, your relationship with the people, and they didn't pay you on Thursday or Friday whenever you get paid, it's a bust. You
Yeah, it is.
failed.
And it's fucked because
So-
it shouldn't be, though. You should go
I
home
agree
thinking that was a
100%.
great day.
We
I'm
weren't
not-
designed to do this. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I work for a very incentivized company, and at the end of the day, we monitor things on a minute-to-minute basis, if you will. So, like, I've got great relationships with a lot of the people that I work with, and like you just said, a lot of the things, those things get diminished because, on a financial standpoint, I have a bad day. 'Cause I'm responsible for a lot at my job, so.
Printing that
I
paper.
agree with you 100%. At the end of the day, the little things can kind of fall to the wayside or go on the back burner or just completely be meaningless
Yep.
because of money.
And it's fucking annoying, and that's why when I come home, I feel empty because I'm like,
You are empty.
no,
Dude,
yeah,
I feel
because
empty too.
you come home and you're
You're
just
also
like,
empty.
what
I
is
am
it
empty,
about? What is it about
completely.
having to go to work and it's designed so that you have to be greedy and it's never be satisfied with what you take. You always have to want more. And if you don't get anything, guess what? That's a failure day.
Yeah.
And you got to go. But it's like, dude, I was able to connect on, like, maybe the customer that I had didn't want to talk to me. Maybe they're antisocial. Maybe there's a fucking brick wall in front of them. But the minute you start talking to them and you break down those barriers, you kind of get to know them a little. And you're like, yo, this person's really cool. And then you guys connect on some kind of a level. And you're like, this is a cool person. I enjoy talking to them. And I learned something from them. And they learned something from me. And I would like... And I feel like that was a good interaction.
Yeah.
But if you didn't close the sale,
It's
you
worthless.
fucked it up, and
Dude,
it's terrible.
it's
And
worthless.
and they
But
make you
that's-
feel bad for something good.
But that's
that's
personality.
capitalism, though, dude.
It's not so much capitalism, and I'll explain why. Because
Okay.
no matter what your business
I
is,
like capitalism, by the way.
I do too, 100%.
I wish I could kill it.
Yeah, well,
It's so much better
let
than
the past
comedy.
die.
Dude, it's so much better
I'm
than comedy.
Kylo Ren.
it works, Brian. At the end of the day,
I was
if
just
it-
doing
Listen,
my Star Wars.
You get paid what your production
Listen,
is.
here's
That's
the
why I like
reality,
that
because I listened to
Uh-huh.
your last podcast, and you're 100% right. Like, America's not great as far as anything compared to a lot
Yeah, we're
of countries,
fucking up,
but at
and
the
we're in
end
denial.
of the day,
Uh-huh.
the best country in the world, United States. You could say what you want, Brian. You can
I
say
don't
what you
know,
want.
man. Nicaragua's pretty damn awesome.
No one's crawling
So,
anywhere to go to Japan or any of the states that beat us in countries. I've had a couple of ducks. So
well, no, they are states to us.
no,
They're
well,
But
yeah,
ducks
they're,
is
they're
straight.
like
They're little
states.
They're little bitches.
They're like towns.
Yeah,
but
whatever.
No one's crawling anywhere else.
In
So,
comparison to us, yes.
and it's because we get to bitch and complain. But that's besides the point. So, it's personalities, right? If you notice, whether it's a nonprofit organization, the CEO or whoever's in charge, everyone has a very certain personality type, right? And there's people that are meant to be CEOs, COOs that are very cutthroat. And there's the workers, and then there's the people that are under them and under them. It's all personalities. It's people, right? So I think it's not that you don't like business so much, is you don't coincide with the personality type of those that always want more. And no matter what the organization is, whether it's nonprofit, profit, business, service, whatever it is, goods, is those people that run those things are a certain personality.
What the hell was that? Train?
I don't know what
Is that
it
a
was.
train?
I think it's a train.
There's no way there's trains here in Pennsylvania.
No, there's
Oh,
actually
there is, dude.
there's a railroad crossing right in front
They
of
have
my apartment.
Pennsylvania trains here?
Yeah,
And
and
you
they're
know what
actually
those are yet?
they're the old school trains,
Okay,
the kinds
so
that you see on
old
like the
school, I
Monopoly.
believe that.
Yeah, the Monopoly
So, Brian,
board.
what I think you're getting to is it feels like a game to me, and I don't want to play the
Yeah,
game.
it's not a game. I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to play the game.
It's
I want to do something fulfilling it's not about money to me.
yeah.
And listen, man, it's better to make a lot of money. It puts you in a better situation. The reason
Yeah, it does.
I
You
say
have
is
more
because
resources.
Money buys
because
time.
It buys time. Exactly. If you have more money, you can decide
You have the
what
freedom
you do
to do
with
what
your
you
time.
want.
Yeah.
because
That's
you
what
don't
it buys.
have
It
to
buys
work.
freedom. I don't need a Maserati. I don't need a Ferrari. I don't need a Lamborghini. I just want my time.
Okay,
Man,
so
Because that's the
or anything.
only resource you can't make more of is your time.
that's a good segue to because basically that's what
How deep are we in right now?
I
We
think
got to be like 3 hours.
we got an
almost.
hour and 54 minutes in.
Woo!
So that's not bad.
That's better than I thought.
But
we were
what
gonna do.
happened was
I feel like
when
we've been here for like 10 minutes.
so here's what we decided. We came
Seriously.
here to Pennsylvania from St. Louis.
We're in New Jersey, actually.
Well, I'm in Jersey, but still I work in Pennsylvania.
It's on the border line.
But
Pencil
it's not-
Tucky.
we came back to the East Coast. We'll put it like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And I wanted to first of all, we were in debt. I wanted to get us out of debt.
I'm not in debt.
Well, now we're not in debt either.
So what's this we stuff?
Me and my wife.
Oh, okay.
So my wife
Chris,
and
they
I
are a unit. They are one now.
We
I
got
thought
it.
he had a mouse in his pocket.
Nah, yeah.
Chris, dude, just because you don't consider Lauren which you should. Love you, Lauren. Mwah.
Love you too.
Love the
But,
kids too.
but me and my wife, we wanted to get out of debt. We got out of debt. Now we had the money to put us in position to buy a house, and now we're ready to move forward with that. And I pretty much I had that moment where I said, "Listen,
Oh my God, is this what I want to do?
like I told her like, babe, I don't know if this is what I want, like, because once we get this house, that's it. I have to stay full time,
100%.
and if I stay full time,
I
don't know
can't
if I'm gonna
pursue
be
my
happy.
dreams, dude.
yeah. So she's like, well, then you got to figure out what you want to do. And one of the things that I thought about was all the customers that I talked to that were awesome, all my coworkers, and how I was like, I don't want to do this anymore because I hate having to get to know people and then trying to fucking take as
dude.
much money out of their pockets as
Dude,
possible.
it's like
How
you're
could
trying
you
to
do
put
that?
a bag over
You-
their head.
You win. You got to win somebody's trust.
Come
you
over
gotta
here.
get them to like you, and then when they and then you got to lie to them and say, "Yeah, this is good. You need this," but you don't. And I'm here to. I'm the only reason why I want you to get it is so I get more money for me, and I don't like that way of life. Here's something where you guys can come to me and we can get together and just have a great conversation, shoot the shit, have a couple of beers. We call it a day.
Hard
and then-
cider.
Ciders, yes.
So I'm sorry, cider.
Hard
Plug,
cider.
Yeah, plug
Heart
it. Plug
really-
it.
Doc's Draft,
Doc's Draft again.
Pear Hard, Apple Cider,
Sponsored.
the Great American Cider.
They do the right thing.
Sponsors by Doc.
They do the right
Doc's
thing. They
Draft.
did right by you.
They did do right by me. My wife and I went into their parking lot, or it's not a lot, it's actually a field.
It's a field.
Uh-huh.
We went there for a birthday party
It's a
for
nice
my
field.
daughter, and we ran over a street sign that was kind of bent, like a parking sign that was in the weeds or whatever, and it got stuck in the wheel well and completely destroyed the front end of our car, and they paid to fix it. So, Doc's Draft, Warwick Valley Winery,
They do the right thing.
you do the right thing. You're the Great American Cider. We love you.
So long story short, I decided to just do a podcast, and she was completely on my side. She's like, "Good, I
Chris,
want
not
to
you,
do
we-
Chris.
we decided.
What have I been talking about?
Matt's been talking about doing a podcast.
Doing
for
a podcast and a
literally-
YouTube channel.
It's funny when I told
I've
him
been
that.
talking about that.
I told him that I've been talking about it for 2 years too.
Well, Chris is like, I have a job for you. It's
I
like, what?
literally-
He's like,
Time
I
out. Let
swear
me
to
tell
God,
it.
I have
Let me
a
tell
job.
it. Let me tell
tell it.
So, I got a phone call from Brian.
I
I'm
gave
driving-
you a call. That was a
last
hard
Monday-
phone call to
at-
make. Dude.
Yeah, at this point, I'm driving across the country.
All right, well, hold on. Let me tell the story.
That was a
Okay.
hard phone call for me to make.
It
to
was
you.
a hard phone
I was
So
terrified.
I'm on my way to work since I'm the only one working out of the three of us.
Dude, I got to piss.
go
for
ahead.
it. Go
Okay.
for
Go
it.
ahead.
Tell the
So,
story without me.
so I'm driving down to work, and I get a phone call from Brian. He's like, "Hey, Chris," and I haven't heard from Brian in a couple months, maybe even almost a year. Who knows?
Yeah.
And some friend. So
Stupid.
So he calls me. He's like, "Oh, I've got something really hard to tell you," and I'm like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna tell me like his wife's
I'm paralyzed.
pregnant, something crazy, some dumb decision he made." And I'm like, "Oh god, your wife's pregnant." He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Oh, you're getting a divorce?" "No." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" And he's like, "I decided to do a podcast, and I'm working part time now." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's amazing."
No, you laughed in my face. You said, "You're a bitch."
I didn't laugh at you. That's ridiculous. I told you were doing great.
No, yeah, you did. And I was. Actually,
I envy you.
I couldn't believe how supportive you were so quickly.
Super supportive, because it's something that I have an interest in, because at the end of the day, even though I do what I do, my interests lie in the arts. I mean, I write screenplays, write poetry, write songs.
I feel like this is what we were meant to do the whole time, and I'm really upset that we didn't do it earlier. But I'm glad that we're finally
I agree 100%. We're like all in.
Yeah.
So I gave Brian 100% support. He told me, I was a little bit skeptical because it is Brian.
I am dumb.
He has. That's not that you're dumb. It's just that you have a tendency to jump into the pool before you know the temperature.
Oh, I do it all the time. I don't give a shit.
And it's like it's boiling water, and then your skin melts off, and you're like, "Oh my god, my skin's melting."
I do that with food. Like if food's steaming hot, like I throw it in my mouth and burn my tongue. Delicious.
I was speaking more metaphorically, but yeah, okay.
I do that.
So I get off the phone with Brian, and Brian was like, "You could tell your brother." And I'm like, "No, I really want him to hear from you." And then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? My brother's kind of in a dark place right now. I don't mean to
Very dark place.
Yeah,
I'm glad you told him.
I can't see any
Matt's
lights.
cool about
Yeah.
it, so I'm going to talk about it. So Matt's kind
I'm
of in a
open.
dark place.
I write a lot of poetry.
I write a lot of poetry
And it's very
too.
dark.
And it is dark as well.
Edgar Allan Poe.
So Matt and I, it's funny, very similar. We're on very similar wavelengths in our personal life. But the funny thing is, as far as an outward appearance and looking from the outside looking in, we look very different as far as where we are in life.
Completely different.
But we're very much the same. So
but we're very much the same.
Could you shut up for 2 seconds?
Yeah, go on.
So
Go on.
So I called Matt and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "I got a job for you." And he's
Okay.
like, "What?" I'm like, "Brian's starting a podcast, so you're gonna have to stay you're gonna have to stay in the Northeast. You can't move to North Carolina, and you're gonna have to just be with Brian on his podcast because that's what you're meant to do. That's what we're meant to do. And
well-
I'm gonna manage Brian. Brian, hold on. As your business manager, I need you to be quiet, okay?
You
Okay.
can't force me as a partner on them.
Well, no, we could still do podcasts even from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in
Brian,
the works of trying to.
I
Brian,
love to
You're
be...
ruining what I'm trying to
Dude,
accomplish.
I like to be next to
shit,
you.
I'm
though.
sorry. We
I
can't.
do like to be
You have
close
to be
to
in
you.
my room.
I
We
like
could
to look into
barely
your eyes
talk
and talk.
next to each other 2 feet away. So
You're
just-
right about that.
Barely? I think we've done a fantastic job so far.
It's been an amazing podcast
It's
so
a really
far.
good
Everybody's
one.
gonna love
Adequate
us.
is what I have to
listen,
say.
we're really in the weeds, but I think we cut some nice trees today.
We did cut down some nice trees,
Yeah.
and I'm fucking cutting more down.
I got poison
Let's
sumac.
Well,
Stupid.
Chris is very sensitive, so
Skin is sensitive, I will say.
he's like a child.
So I told Matt, and he was literally on his way from Arizona back home. I think actually when I called him, he was in St. Louis, and that was the serendipitous part. He was just about to get
I was
into
about to get to St. Louis.
St.
that's
Louis,
correct.
and Brian just left St. Louis because it was so racist.
right before
and
super racist,
the arch.
dude. Oh
The
my-
arch is pretty cool, though.
The arch is awesome. I was
The arch
excited.
is
I wanted to
racist.
go up there, but Sammy didn't.
No,
She was
it's
like,
awesome.
we can go up there. I was like,
Well, mate,
yeah, I'm going
wait,
up
Matt,
there. But they wanted me to watch a
There you go.
documentary, and I was like, I'm not fucking watching.
Wait, they wanted you to watch a documentary.
Yeah,
They didn't make
they're
me
like-
watch no shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just went up.
They told
I was
Matt
like,
he
I
had to
just
watch
wanna
a
go-
40-minute
Yeah.
documentary.
They were like, oh, it takes 45 minutes. You got to go through the tour and documentaries.
No,
I just want to go to the top of it.
Me and Trish we went right. We bypassed
Really?
that. We just bypassed
well,
that.
you know what,
Oh
though,
my
Matt? I got to
God.
be honest.
I'm going back. To talk to
Brian
that
is
lady.
very accustomed to just going past things that he's not
Yeah,
supposed to.
I climbed that fence, bro. I dug a hole.
Whoa, I didn't say anything but a fence.
Fucking dug
Whoa,
holes,
dude.
climbed fences, blew
I hope
blew
Trump's
walls
not
up.
listening to this, dude.
Trump was there, and I was like, "Hey,
23
Trump, look
Main
over there.
Street.
What's that?" And then I
He said,
fucking went around.
That's absolutely terrible. Believe me.
Believe me, I make the best.
Brian
walls.
is great at
Trust me,
digging.
they're
He's
good
very
people.
great.
Can
He's
you-
very great. He's
Great
the best.
people.
I want.
Good people.
Hold on. First,
Good
I want to
people.
hear Matt's impersonation of Trump.
They're good people. Believe me.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. They're good people.
Okay. Now I want to hear.
Brian's
Chris's.
the best. He's great. Absolutely, absolutely
awesome.
phenomenal.
Dude, that was so
He
much
is-
better than me. I
Can
can't
you
say
can
anything.
you promote my podcast in Donald Trump's voice?
I love the podcast. It's free. It's a bridge. We love free bridges.
Dude. Oh my God,
Ladies
he nailed
and
it.
gentlemen,
Don't
we got
say
Donald
anything
Trump.
else. Don't say anything else.
Donald Trump loves
Donald,
my
we have
podcast.
Donald
Do it.
on the line.
Don't build the wall. Build the wall. I don't care. The bridge is free. Brian's the best. He's the greatest. Make America great again. Make the podcast great again. Make the wave great again. The FCC can go suck it. I hate regulation. No taxes. You're the best.
CNN
You're
fake
great.
news.
Okay. Okay.
Everything's fake news except Brian's podcast. Thank
All
you.
right. So, you told Matt.
By the way, subscribe and like.
what were your thoughts when he fucking told you about the fact
The
that I'm doing-
podcast?
Yeah.
It was You ever have deja vu?
Yes.
It's very similar to that. It's like, oh my God, maybe this actually is supposed to be my life.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
It
I
was
literally almost quit my job that day.
So
It's definitely.
So
It's like exhilarating to
I
think
didn't
about.
say
It
that.
is
If anyone's
exhilarating.
listening,
But okay, so the thing is, I struggle with religion and believing in God, and there's days that I believe in God, and there's days that I think there's no one.
Shit, we're gonna touch that one, huh?
Yeah,
I don't
We have
want to
to.
go down this road between
okay,
the two
but-
of you because I have. Now this is the funny
But,
thing.
okay,
is
so
Matt
there's-
still
there's
remains in the middle
people-
ground.
there's
and
people.
there's Brian all the way on the left.
No,
and there's
so
Chris
the
on
funny
the right.
thing,
Yeah.
the funny thing is with Christianity is they believe that there's free will, but however, it's already determined by God. So
Time
that's-
out. You
that
say
means there's
they.
re-
You were baptized as a Christian, just so you know.
No, listen, if there's any religion, quote unquote, that I guess I believe in or I'm close to, it's Christianity.
I believe in Batman.
But it
That's what I
almost
believe.
seemed
I'm
like it's meant to be. It gave me that type of feeling like,
Yeah.
oh my God, maybe this is actually what I'm
Well,
supposed to
somebody
do.
told me it's like the universe is telling you. Like the universe is God, and that's what's trying to tell you what you're supposed to do. And
Okay,
I was
Ben
like,
Affleck.
Dude,
that's
yeah,
what somebody
I mean,
told me, and I was like, that's
listen,
pretty
man,
weird.
I-
Okay,
but-
Matt
The
Damon.
thing is, I don't claim to know. I'm trying to find out, just like everyone
well,
else.
okay, so here's the thing. When
I know everything.
When I said I was going to do
Believe me.
this, and I found out that not only were you like trying to do a podcast,
Dude, I'm trying to do it, yeah.
Chris was telling me that. Then my friends are like just fucking telling me so many ideas. I have other people that I think are very interesting people that would. I
You
would
have the
love for them.
personality for it, and you have a great voice.
I don't think I have a great voice.
No,
Well,
you have a great voice. You and Jose,
you-
literally.
yeah, you
I
and
listen
Jose-
to your podcast, and I'm like,
I'm going to
if
sound like a
there's
little
any
bitch.
voices, yeah, I was like, oh my God, my
I'm gonna
voice
sound
fucking
terrible.
sucks.
No, you guys are
compared to this.
great storytellers. That's
Yeah,
why I
but
was like, I gotta have
time
you
out.
on.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
You
Time out.
and
Stop
Jose
interrupting the story.
have great voices.
You
do.
We just don't know what we're
I
talking
don't know
about.
about Matt. I've never really listened to
I
Matt.
My
Actually-
voice is bad.
My
Matt,
voice
you
is
did-
terrible.
I think you fucking killed it. I think like if
Well,
I was
it's not
listening to
over
it,
yet,
I probably.
so-
Well, yeah, so far so
Are you
good.
talking to Matt or me?
Both of you.
My
Both
voice
of you-
sucks.
I've
No,
heard
dude,
that
you-
I've had good voice.
I hate my voice.
You know what's funny when
Because
I
they used to record us.
So
on
here's the
phone
thing.
calls,
I hate
and
the
we
sound-
used to listen to them.
Recorded me
No,
while
well,
I was getting weighed.
Yeah, I'm not
What
talking about
the
dad. I'm talking
fuck?
about for the financial institutions I used to work for, which I will not name.
Dad used to.
Let Brian tell the rest of the story. Go on.
No. What I was gonna say is when I first recorded my voice and played it back, I was like, ugh, disgusting, man, gross.
Not sexy.
But then I think I did like 4 or 5 hours of just me recording and listening to it
Yeah.
until I got used to it. And now I'm like, I don't give a shit. If people don't like my voice, fine.
Brian, have you ever
Yeah,
seen
dude,
the
I
movie?
used to hate recording myself, and it was really something that I had to get over for the Jim Carrey skits. Now I just don't care.
By
Like,
the way,
I'm
you
trying
have-
to do it for fun.
Yeah,
I want to
shows.
try to get your Jim Carrey skits on the channel. Like
Do
I
it.
can
Yeah.
do that.
Dude,
So
absolutely.
we'll do that. We'll put his Jim Carrey skits
Do
up
it.
on the channel so you can
I
see
want to
he's
get as
fucking
many
hilarious.
views as I
Yeah,
can.
give the poor kid.
I
some
need a bone,
hopes
dude.
that he'll never
Oh,
have.
I
come
need a
on.
bone,
Give the
man.
kid charity.
I'm
All right, no
unemployed.
problem.
I need a bone.
No, we're doing
So,
good.
but Brian, have you ever seen the original movie The Fog? Not the piece of crap that came out in the mid 2000s.
Yes, I've seen that one.
You've seen the original with
Amazing.
Adrian Barbeau.
That's very violent.
Whoa,
Okay.
Kevin Dillon? No, that's
The
the Blob.
Fog?
That's the Blob.
No, that's The Blob from
That's The
1980.
The Blob
I'm
is
talking
also a
The
great
Fog.
movie.
So you've seen The Fog?
Of course.
All right, so you remember the part when she's like, when she's doing her voice from, like
Yes.
the lighthouse?
And then yes,
There's a fog
that's
coming
that's
up on the
worst
on
scene
the
of the movie.
ocean, and I don't know why it's coming, but there's a fog rolling in on the ocean.
Dude, you sound like Jim Morrison.
That's a good. That's
Come
a good
on,
voice.
baby, light my fire. Anyway, but Brian, you have like that voice, even though it's not as sexy as Adrian Barbeau,
Not even close.
not even close, but it has that impact on me. Like when I heard you doing that podcast with that guy that you call Jose Castillo,
Jose Castillo, who's standing. He was a standing.
it literally, that's how I felt. I
love
felt
Jose.
like I was listening to The Fog with Adrian Barbeau. It was like, wow, Brian's got it.
I mean, you know what's funny? I just kind of said so. That story is crazy. I just decided one day, Jose, I'm driving down there tomorrow, and I got in my car. I started driving with all my equipment in the car, and I'm driving. We got stuck in traffic. It took me 6 hours to get there. It was fucking terrible. I
Typical
get there.
Northeast traffic.
It was Washington
yeah,
D.C.
man. Well,
It was
you
the
go
DC
through
traffic.
Baltimore is bad too.
Baltimore's
The
terrifying.
tunnel.
So yeah, that tunnel was fucked up.
Tunnel's terrible.
So I got there and we set everything up, and the microphones didn't work. One of my microphone worked, but his didn't. It was broken. So now it's like 9 o'clock at night. We drive
you
over
pay
to
the
Best Buy.
electric bill?
God.
No, his house was fine. But we go to Best Buy and
The
like
gas man.
we couldn't. Yeah, the gas man. So we got there
How
and
did
they
they know we
locked
got
up the store.
gas?
I couldn't get into the store. So now I'm like, dude, I can't get a microphone. It's a fucking bust. And I was
It's
like,
not meant
I
to
was
be.
already ready to give up. I was
It's
like,
not
that's
meant
it.
to
It's
be.
over. I can't do the podcast. I hate my life. He's like, well, maybe we can go to Target. I'm like, that's a good idea. Let's go to Target. We go to Target. And
Stop
they,
thinking rationally.
They
Jose.
only have like these microphones I spent a good amount of money on. I'm not going to say how much. But then the other microphone that we got was only $10. It's a piece of shit. But we bought it, and he bought it. I was like, I'm not fucking using that piece of trash. And he's like, I'll buy it. Fine, Jesus. So he gets it. We go to the house. He sets it up, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's see if we can try it. We tried the podcast. We just banged it out. And afterwards, when I listened to it, the first hour.
Now, when you say banged it out.
Yeah, we banged out the fucking podcast. So when I played it back, in the first hour, I was like, yo, this actually doesn't sound bad. And Jose's like, dude, it sounds pretty good. But you got to do a lot of editing. And I'm like, I know that mic sucks. So I got home. I know the sound didn't come out that well, but it's because I fucking messed it up. I put it on mono instead of stereo. So I did a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes in that podcast.
That's part
but
of
it
learning,
still
though.
came out pretty good.
That's typical, Brian.
Yes.
That's a part of learning, though. That's the process.
That's life.
So this podcast,
Exactly.
I mean, first of all, I fixed all the mistakes I made before. And
Hopefully.
now I'm looking at the screen.
You have us on, so that's
Yeah.
not really good.
Well, no, you guys are awesome. And but basically, after I did it, I got the feedback from everybody, and everybody like texting me and saying, Brian.
Everybody, all 10 people?
Yeah, all 10 people. All, like the 2 people that I know, my wife and then her friend that she forces to have to act like she cares.
Tell him he's good.
Yeah.
You're good.
She's a good.
My husband's about to kill himself. Please just tell him he's good.
And so I see.
He's on the Freedom Bridge right now.
He's gonna jump off. So and it's honestly just seeing the feedbacks. People were saying like, it's great. People
It
are saying it's
inspires you,
really
man.
good. I definitely was like, I think I got something here. And then there was like obviously the criticisms. And
Who
I was,
criticized you?
so one
What
person
was the cursing, right?
Yeah, the cursing was
I
one.
don't think we've cursed that much this podcast.
I tried
Hopefully not.
really hard not to curse, but it's fucking hard not to
Well,
curse.
you just did it right now.
I can't help myself.
No,
it's
I mean,
who I
we,
am.
We all have cursed at least once, but
I'm gonna curse
I
at
think
least 20 times,
relatively
30.
speaking, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
You know who hasn't cursed?
Who?
Gandhi.
Well, another thing I was
Gandhi
like
never
told.
killed a man. No violence.
Yeah, Gandhi's a great guy. He didn't he
He
kill.
did kill himself.
He did kill himself, right?
Well, that's
Well,
a good,
he didn't eat.
Listen,
and he
that's a
died.
Yeah,
good
he
deed.
died.
That's like
good for
killing
him.
I thought he fell off.
He
fell
got
into a
out
volcano.
alive.
But basically, the podcast idea stemmed from I met a guy in St. Louis. His name is Chad. That guy.
Chadwick.
You talk about a great fucking voice. That man has an amazing
Anyone
voice.
that has named Chad has a great voice. I'm just going to say
This
that.
is
Not only-
103.9
Not only
Rock
that-
FM.
No, here's
Hi,
the thing.
this is Chad at 92.7, and I
He is
love life.
He is your he's an American man. Like everything.
America!
Like I swear to you, he's got a fucking awesome pickup truck, which I would love to drive. He didn't let me drive it
What
yet.
kind of pickup truck?
It's a Chevy.
It's just a giant monster.
It's a
thing.
Ford F-150,
I don't
boy.
know. He's probably gonna be pissed off that I don't know the name of it.
Dodge Ram 1500.
And like
Hemi, bitch.
he he's about like America, and like he's just a great guy, but he's also willing to like hear you out, even if you have an opposing view. And that was one of the things that made me like fascinated by him. And I was like, dude, I wish I could have a podcast with you.
So he's
'cause
me with a pickup truck?
He's you with a beautiful voice.
And without the printing pass in the back.
Yes. Do you have guns?
Maybe.
He's got a lot of guns.
I'm in the process of getting my pistol permit.
He's got fucking shotguns.
I
I've
do
never
have a-
shot a gun.
revolvers.
I don't have a
I
gun.
do possibly have a 12 gauge. Possibly. I'm
Possibly
not sure.
in my pocket right
You almost
now.
kicked me out of Phoenix for not having a gun.
It's in my back pocket.
Like, you're not American enough. Get the hell out of here.
You must be one of the Mexicans.
Why don't you jump? Why don't you jump over the wall, asshole?
Start building it from the other side.
And I was like, I
They're like, hey,
will.
Pedro, could you walk over there, please? Thank you.
So okay, now since we're talking about the podcast, one of the things the biggest criticism that I got was actually you said you did a poll.
I did poll.
So we did a poll on the name of the podcast. I didn't come up with a name yet. I am leaning towards the Free Bridge
Yeah,
podcast.
but
I
here's
did
the thing.
I'm
Okay,
calling
so-
it the Free
But
Bridge
time
podcast.
out. But you explain now
Yeah.
why it's the free bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense
So
now.
yeah, like you.
I was like, the
now
Brooklyn
backed
Bridge?
it up.
That's not a
yeah.
free bridge.
So that's one of the that was one of the criticisms that got to me where I was like, really the name?
I still think
You
as your
need-
business manager that I had a really good name.
Yeah,
you need to
what
get a
was the
picture
name?
at least.
It was Anchored with Brian
Anchor
Castillo.
with Brian Castillo because I'm an anchor baby.
It's exactly what I used to call
No,
Can
it.
you
well,
explain what
Jose
that
is,
term
right?
means for the audience?
Oh God,
Well, really,
I want him to explain it.
this is terrible.
I'm
should
not
I,
gonna.
should I explain it?
Yeah, you should explain
Okay.
it because I'm not.
It's less
Basically,
racist if
anchor
you explain
baby is what people on the right. Is that correct?
It's pretty much anyone. 'cause it's in a
Anyone, I guess
dictionary,
anyone.
but yeah,
More so,
it's a general
but
term.
yeah.
All right, so let's say people and just people in general.
people.
Oh, that's right. The left calls them dreamers. Go ahead.
Yeah, dreamer. That's a better name than anchor babies.
Right, but that's not a very accurate term. But go on.
Dreamers.
So basically,
Dreamers.
Anchor baby means if immigrants illegally come into the country, sneak into the country,
And have a
and
child.
immediately have a baby, So
Brian.
a Brian. And once that
But it wasn't
Brian is
you, it was
born,
Jose.
you can't kick them out
Jose's
anymore.
illegal.
He's illegal.
Well, he did.
What?
No, he's a citizen now once he
No,
joined
he
the
did it
Marines.
all.
Talking about now.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
but-
listen. He did something.
Dude,
I don't
listen.
think I would ever do.
I love
So,
Jose. I love Jose.
Yeah.
Jose.
He's
Shout
lived a
out to him.
fascinating life. That
I
guy.
love Jose.
The funny thing is, though, since we're talking about it, not to get off subject,
He's a sweetheart.
is Jose works for the DEA now?
He works with.
Okay, so you have
let's
to be
not say
super
that.
observant to be working for the DEA. Would you agree?
Dude, Jose catches anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fucking
except for cops. When you're in a Newark parking
Oh
lot.
my God.
Well,
That is
actually,
cool.
Malcolm X High School.
He was looking
Yeah.
for something
He
else.
was observing directions to the
There's an
IHOP 3 miles away.
down the road.
Can we talk about that story for a second?
Oh my God.
Sorry to get us off track.
We're gonna. This will be the last story.
Yeah.
And then I'll wrap it up. But this story is we were in a football league together. all of
Town
us.
beef.
We were in town beef, and
It was tackling without pads.
so I don't know if anybody knows, but Newark isn't
broke my nose.
exactly the best place.
It's
Pretty
it's up there with St. Louis.
It's pretty
As far
St.
as
Louis.
dangerous.
Literally, I think
It was a
day
precursor.
Wait, time out. The day we were there, do you not remember I stopped in and got a Dunkin' Donuts, and on the paper it was like, this was the first March in 23 years that there wasn't a homicide in
Yes.
Newark.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
And we almost got killed that day.
What was the name
All
of
us.
dude?
We would have fixed the whole thing.
What was the name? The school was Malcolm X.
Malcolm
What was
X
the name of the
Chavez Field,
Yes,
his
that was
wife.
the name of the field.
Okay, so
Okay, go on.
And so now we're in your car. Actually, you had a Mustang. So Matt Felico.
Baby
Light
blue Mustang,
05.
Silver stripes.
Okay.
2005.
So now there's Matt and Chris in the front seat.
A
I'm in
coupe,
the back
not a
seat,
sedan.
and
No,
it was me and
Angelo.
Angelo. We're in the back. Angelo's the Asian guy. So we're in the back, and
He's Mongolian.
there are two parts of the parking lot to the stadium, and you can't get to that other part of the parking lot. You have to leave the stadium, go around the
the way around,
neighborhood, and
yes.
get into the other end. And that's where Jose was parked. So we were gonna pull up next to him so we can figure out where we're gonna go eat after this game.
IHOP.
So he's looking up places, but I guess Matt was
looking
driving a
with
little
Kevin.
too
He had
fast.
Kevin in the
Yeah, Kevin in the
passenger seat.
passenger seat. And so we get over there, and as soon as we park, this fucking car comes and just blocks us.
T-bones us almost.
Almost crashes
Almost
into us.
T-boned me.
Guy
yeah.
gets out of the car. He's wearing like street clothes, but he had a bulletproof vest and he
Yes.
had like a necklace.
And it wasn't 50
chain.
Cent.
No, it was a white guy, and he had a chain.
He was
and
not
it was
white,
attached
actually.
with his badge, I guess his detective badge. He pulled out his gun
A
and he's
Glock.
fucking ready to
And
kill us
pointed
all.
it at me.
He's like, "What the fuck are you guys
He
doing?"
literally said, "Put your hands up." Everyone
Yeah.
put their hands up.
Everybody, put your hands
We
up.
put our hands up.
I didn't put my hands
Time
up.
out, just to
Oh, you
point out.
didn't? No, I had to stick my head through.
Okay,
Me
so I'm
and
in the
you put
driver's
our
seat.
hands up.
Yeah, of
Brian's
course I
like,
put my hands
"Blah,
up."
blah, 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 blah." Angela doesn't know what's going
That's
on.
what I did.
Me and Matt have our hands up in the air.
No, Angelo. No, so you guys and Angelo put his hands up because Angelo's
Yeah,
sitting on the
Angelo-
side with
That's
the
what
window.
I just said. Everyone
Yeah.
except you.
And then
No,
I kind of
you
went,
said
"What do you?"
Angelo didn't put his hands
Oh,
up.
I apologize.
But
Angelo
he's
had his
very
hands up too.
submissive, so he put his hands
So
up.
my head leans to the front of the car in between both of you,
Yes.
and then I see him with the gun, and I'm like, I'm dead. So I put my hands up too, and then
Jose is completely
Jose's like,
oblivious
there's
to
that
what's going
IHOP
on.
1.3 miles away,
That's the
guys.
thing.
You want to
Yeah.
get there?
Yeah.
there was a
completely
dead so
oblivious.
there's a deafening silence. You couldn't hear a thing. You just saw the cop with his gun and us with with our hands up. Then all of a sudden you hear Jose go, "Hey guys, there's this IHOP like two miles down the road. It'll work out." And the guy's like, "Who the fuck is that?" I was like, "We're dead. He's shooting us all."
Oh,
and then,
God.
And then fucking Matt was
So-
like, "Dude, look at my jersey. What are you
I got
crazy?
a
We're
football jersey on me. Just played a football game
in the
there.
football stadium
Matt's
right
like,
here."
I'm white in Newark in a Mustang. I'm not a drug dealer. I promise.
That's probably why they stopped me, though.
Dude. So all right. So then the cop goes.
Oh.
I remember the cop goes.
So
"Oh,
then-
fuck." Puts his
Well, wait,
gun
but
away
then
and
Jose's like, "Oh, I'm DEA." Not.
Not yet, but soon. So the cop puts his gun away and he just fucking gets in his car
Yeah,
and takes off.
just takes off.
Didn't even like,
No
oh, sorry. Just got in
explanation.
his car and left.
No apology. Nothing.
nothing. We just survived.
I was just glad I wasn't shot.
Oh, you don't have crack cocaine? I'm sorry. Goodbye.
I thought you guys were someone
Let me
else.
check your asshole.
I better shoot you guys in the leg just once, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But anyways, he left, and that was, I mean, that's a crazy
But
story.
time out. So then we went to IHOP, and the service was terrible.
Oh yeah,
It was pretty
we
bad.
went
And
to
we
the
didn't
IHOP.
tip, and we left.
Well, no, you know what this? All right,
Very
so
un-American of us.
here's another thing. So
I
we-
gave 10%.
No,
It was very European of us.
What happened is because there's a big party, we ordered a lot of food and it was fucking terrible service. It was, and the food sucked, and we were treated like shit. Dude, we walked
Yeah,
in
we
there. The guy's like, "Yo, how many of you guys?" And we're like, "Oh, it's 6 of us." And he's like, "All right, let's go." And he just grabs a fucking menu and starts walking. We're like, "What?" That's
you
how.
sit here.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
And
So
you'll like
I'm gonna
it.
spare you guys the rest. But basically, it was a shitty fucking.
It was a bad
experience.
experience at IHOP.
And then what happened was, they gave us the bill, and in the bill sometimes they just add gratuity.
Oh yeah, dude.
They
That's
added
right.
18%
They added
gratuity.
gratuity.
So what? And Chris is like, not on my watch. And he grabs the fucking receipt and goes, all right, so it says $80, so minus 16% from that 80. Okay, so we really only need to leave $67. Let's leave 66 just to be safe. And so we leave $66 exact, and we just fucking walk
Hey,
out
listen.
of that place.
Thank God I was
Dude,
there to do
it's-
the business math.
Yeah.
But now here's the
Dude,
thing.
it's usually 8 people or more.
Yeah,
is
with
the
6 of
gratuity
us.
is automatic.
And-
Yeah,
and I didn't even
dude, they
count
can't
'cause I was
count.
injured.
Whatever.
and that was our
Yeah, Brian was limping out of the restaurant.
So in the game, I sustained an injury, a hip injury, and I was like limping around, and I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody just
We started
ran
the
out.
car. We started the car first before you limped out.
Who did we play that game?
I don't
No,
know.
we
The
didn't
Savage.
play.
Oh, we didn't play?
Remember, because that was right after I broke my nose.
Oh.
You guys just came to watch.
Maybe I heard
No,
my-
you
I
played.
think
He played.
Wait,
no,
did I play?
Matt
played.
may have played. I couldn't.
you
'cause
did
I
I
just
think I
play.
did
broke my
play.
You
nose.
did play.
Who did
We have to
play?
tell how I broke my nose.
Did we win?
No, we played the Savage, and we got
No,
ass
we
raped.
got our ass kicked.
Yeah,
I
we got
wasn't
destroyed.
getting my ass kicked.
I got injured too. It was bad.
He did get
It
injured.
was a tremendous effort.
Wait, I don't remember playing. Whatever.
You got a concussion that game.
Did I?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't
did
know.
too. Maybe I
Maybe.
did too.
I think everyone's had a
I
concussion.
mean,
Brian.
what is happening right
Let's
now?
not talk
Brian,
about
can we
concussions.
tell the story about when I broke my nose?
All right, yeah, we got some time.
All right, good. Well, you guys got to tell your vantage point because I was the one who got my nose broken.
So I remember. All right, so here's
we
here's
had
what
a
made it
bad
funny.
start.
No,
to
here's
that
what made
game,
it funny.
too.
Chris had just caught a pass and gotten like fucking
Dude,
30 yards.
He caught 2 passes in a row or 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
Then
two
he
passes.
he
and literally
spiked the ball.
spun end and broke like 9 tackles
Yeah.
and had 10 people.
was
on
Okay,
the
so
beautiful.
yeah, it was 2 passes in a row, and he
And
goes
right
"I'm gonna
away.
do this all
No,
day."
so he spiked the ball and yelled at the guy right to his face, like, "Oh, you better get better at this because I'm doing this all day, bitch." And
Next
the guy-
play, broken nose.
Yeah.
the guy was like,
So
"We'll see about that."
So what happened was Chris, he got another pass. He ran out of bounds. Or I think it was a sweep, and he ran out of bounds.
He
And
didn't
no, it
run
was
out of
just, no,
bounds.
it was a screenplay, and the kid grabbed my legs,
Yeah.
and
And
I
you
went to
kept
try
trying
and
to
break
fight for
out
more
of
yards,
it,
yes.
and I went to go fight for more yards.
So
Go
the
ahead.
guy came in with a hammer. Right?
No, I
He
was on the
falls
ground
down.
at that point.
He's on the ground. 2 seconds later, the guy comes with. Was it his forearm?
It
Or
was
his
a
like his
forearm, but
forearm
he
held
didn't do it
low.
like
forearm, and
this.
He's just like, ugh.
It was almost like he was going to try to get him in a headlock and miss and just
Yeah.
fucking forearmed him right
Destroyed
in the
his nose, and you just
Yeah.
see Chris grab his nose. Oh my god!
And then Chris just goes, "My nose is broken, Brian, kill him."
And
I'm
then I
like,
see,
what am I gonna
see
do?
you and DeVivo leave, and you went to the hospital, right?
No, no. Well, the
Nah.
best part was I go off to the sideline, and I'm like, I think my nose is broken, and DV.
The trainer's like,
kept-
"No,
yeah,
it's fine,
no,
bro."
Matt DeVivo
Let's
looks,
just
he's
tape
like,
that up.
"Oh my god, dude, your septum is not pointing in the right direction." So the trainer comes in, he's like, "Yo." Now, mind
Yo,
you, the
just tape that
trainer
up.
is 5'3" and white.
It's a trainer.
He's like, "Oh,
forgot about
yo,
him.
I think I could fix it. Don't touch my fucking nose.
Yeah.
Just drive me to the hospital." So the trainer, Matt DeVivo, drive me to the hospital. On our way, we call Lauren, and she's like, "Hi, Matt." He's like, "Oh, yeah, Chris is on his way to the hospital. He broke his nose." So they fixed that. Meanwhile, back at the game,
So the next play, I remember it was a sweep. I fumbled. They got it for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But then later on that game, I took a screen pass and I took it to the house.
All right, so there was a
we
play.
won that game.
We did.
no,
win that-
we lost in overtime.
No, he did. Because remember, so we were
Angelo
losing.
got the
Who
interception
was
for
it?
a
The
touchdown
Chiefs?
to go to overtime.
Was it the Chiefs?
Yes, it was the
It
Chiefs.
was the Chiefs. So what happened first? We were losing by 3 points, right?
Yeah.
And at one point, they said they came up to me, right, Tracy, and he's like, "Brian, I don't care what you do, you need to make a play happen."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, I'll do my best." So what happened was, I tapped Angelo on the butt, and I said, "Angelo, I want you
Yes,
to fucking
yes.
slap this guy in the face as hard as you can."
Yeah.
Just slap the shit out of this guy. Because
Meanwhile, I'm in the hospital having my nose reset.
so Angelo's like, he looks at me, he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I am 100% sure." As soon as he calls hike, Angelo fucking
Yes.
punches this guy in the face as hard as he can.
He drops the ball, right?
No, so this was the guy who was one of the
They were linemen.
One of the linemen.
Blockers, okay.
So he punched him in the face, or like palmed him in
Yeah.
the face. The guy fucking fell hard, and Angelo landed on him. So what I did was I
Mongolian
jumped.
strand.
I jumped, and my cleat went right in his ass, and I jumped over
in
the
his
line.
ass.
And I was in the backfield, and the guy was just getting the handoff, and I was there, and I put my head right into the ball, hit him
Just
so
like they
hard,
teach it.
but I lifted him up off the ground, so it was like we were making almost like what's it called, like Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Like I was Patrick Swayze.
You were like
Water,
Odell,
and it was like,
and
Water
you were
Boy.
like Odell, and he was Eli. Or
Yes.
the other way around.
Yeah, I was
You
Eli.
were Eli,
I
He was
Odell.
Eli. He was
Okay.
The other guy was Odell.
So where the ball used to be is my head, and he's just fucking headlocking me, right? Like he's got me in the Kimura lock, and the ball
Just right on the ground.
No,
Yep.
the ball like is on his back and then rolled off and
Oh!
landed in my hands.
Love it.
And when I fell, everybody jumped in the pile, and I slowly like shimmied my way out.
So
and
he
I,
was like Joe Montana. You were
Yes.
LT NFC
yes.
Championship game.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And I had the ball. So we scored an immediate touchdown after that. Then we needed to get the ball again. That was when Angelo
Toe
made-
tap touchdown.
Toe tap that. Because what happened was I said, here's what's going to happen, guys. And I think Matt went in on this. I was like, we need our best guys. Matt, you're going to cover the guy on the left. He's the fastest guy.
Mm-hmm.
I want, because what I'm going to design this plane to be is everybody on the right-hand side is just going to do a full-on blitz.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
this guy...
typically do not play defense.
No,
in town.
but I wanted you there because
Yeah.
you were he was really high ups. He can jump really high, and I wanted this guy to run to the other side. If he ran to the other side, he was going to throw the ball ugly, and I knew you can jump over the guy you were covering.
Yeah.
But I said if he throws to the other side, we're going to lose the game. But we're
yeah.
going to lose the game anyways.
Yeah.
So we might as well do this. So I said everybody blitz on the right side. The only person, our only line of defense is Matt. So we got in there.
It's never
As soon
a
as
good
he called
thing.
out, we were all in. That's the thing.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
immediately in this guy's face. So he just fucking chucked it up. Angelo, I was so mad at him because he didn't know what I said. So he's like, somebody's got to cover the running back. And that motherfucker ran at the running back. And in the middle of the play, I'm like, what are you doing, you son of a bitch? And then I tackle the quarterback, and the guy threw it. And I see Matt kind of go like this. Oh, my God, Angelo, what are you doing? And then Angelo caught it, toe tapped, fell out of bounds. He's
Dude.
like, "Get
Genghis
Angelo."
Kong!
And I just remember Matt going, what the hell? And he ran, he grabbed Angelo
Dude,
by
he
the
had the
face,
worst
like, I
hands
love
I've
you.
ever seen.
And he did it. They looked graceful when he caught that
That was
interception.
that was perfect. But usually it was the worst
Angelo's
hands.
hands were like a fullback,
likes-
like right in the gut.
Dude, he
would
had
drop
stone
it.
hands.
I
Yeah.
know, dude. Like, try playing basketball with that guy.
Oh my
Try
god.
doing anything with that guy.
Try being Mongolian with
Try
that
being
guy.
friends with him. No, but all right.
Trying to conquer.
So those are some of the stories.
Whoa, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
Just one last story.
One last story.
LSU.
The LSU recruit.
Yes.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You
what
have
the
to tell
hell-
it,
What was
Matt.
the guy? No. What was
Matt's
Ahmad
perspective is the
Jeffries.
best on this. I'm sorry.
Ahmad? No, Ahmad. Remember the kid that was on our team?
Yeah.
What was that?
Ahmad
What was it?
Jeffries.
Yes.
Ahmad Jeffries.
Yes. His cousin. Remember he said he was an LSU recruit.
Uh-huh.
So he's an LSU recruit. We're playing, I think it's 7-on-7, and I'm sacking him every single time. He's like, yo, man, someone got to cover this motherfucker. And so he's talking like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. So I go.
Do you understand?
Dude, do you understand the words that come out my mouth? Ain't nobody touch a black man's radio.
It's the Beach Boys. But anyways.
So anyways, I go in. Of course, I get in again. I think it was Angelo blocking me. Stone hands.
He's fucking blocking
Yeah,
everything.
we
He's
called
on
him
the
Stonehand
sidelines.
Jackson, dude. Stonehand Jackson. I get to the quarterback again. He elbows me in the face.
Uh-huh.
I end up getting a black eye out of it. But we're absolutely dominating him. And then him and Chris was on my team. For once, it actually worked out. We usually get into a fight each other when we're on a team.
Uh-huh.
But he starts yelling at this kid. They're yelling face to face, and I'm like, Chris, please do not get in a fight with this kid. He ends up not getting into a fight with him. The game ends. 10 minutes later, the kid's asking us for a ride. He goes, yo, can I get a ride from you guys? And Chris is like, fuck no. We were just yelling at each other at the top of our lungs for the last 10 minutes, so I'm not going to give you a ride.
I was like, fucking walk home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude,
You have no filter,
Dude,
dude.
seriously, though, the balls on that kid to ask Chris for a ride.
Yeah.
I
Like,
actually had a little bit of respect for him for a second,
Yeah,
and I was
kinda
like,
was.
fuck you.
There's no way he was an LSU recruit, though.
Yeah, no
he was
way.
terrible.
He sucked.
Dude, he was the worst. He was the quarterback. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
No,
in
he
my
was
life.
trash. He was
Yeah.
trash.
Remember when I ended up tearing up my knee?
Oh, yeah.
Who was the kid who tried to tackle me who tore it up? Ronnie?
No.
No.
It wasn't Ronnie. It wasn't Ronnie.
I don't remember.
God, no. He
Was I even
on-
there?
Yeah, you were there.
He was
the
on
track
Rock
team.
Boys and then got hurt.
No. He was on a track team.
He was
Wow.
kind of a little
Nobody
bit chubby.
knows any of the names we're
then
dropping.
maybe it wasn't him.
No, he was a little bit chubby.
What color was he, Chris?
This is beautiful.
If we were talking about light roast, medium roast, and dark roast, he was dark roast.
Oh my God.
That's like the worst way. Why wouldn't you just say he's black?
Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
I thought his name was Ronnie.
Ronnie, no. There was.
He played on Rock Boys and got a concussion.
Michael Corker?
No, it wasn't Michael. He was chubby.
Chubby.
Yeah, Michael Corker was skinny as shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Dude,
We'll
I don't
never know.
remember.
We'll never know.
But anyway, I caught a pass and I went for a touchdown and he hit me in the knee. And if you remember when we went home, I'm like, man, I think I did something to my
Was
knee.
it Yusef? Because he was on the track team, but he was
I
skinny,
don't think it was
though.
Yusef.
No. But anyway, I got knee surgery. All good.
It wasn't Chris Harris, right?
No,
No, it wasn't Chris Harris.
You don't think I can remember Pete's face?
Dude,
Come
he
on.
actually had a really good arm, Chris Harris.
Dude,
I remember trying to tackle him once. It was very difficult.
he's
All
a
right.
bitch.
All right, so
Love you, Chris.
I think that's it, though.
I think we're gonna wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
That
we
was
have
pretty
so
good.
many more stories.
Oh
we
my
talked
God.
about.
Listen,
Oh my
all right,
God.
We got
I don't
thousands
want
of stories
I
left.
don't want anybody to like think that you guys aren't gonna be back on the show.
No, we're
you
definitely
guys are
gonna be
gonna
back.
be on the show.
Well,
again.
dude,
We'll be here
I'm
tomorrow.
I'm a business manager,
Here
so like
tomorrow.
I'm on it permanently. But I mean, yeah, no, we're gonna be regulars, no doubt.
So
Dude,
next
I've
week,
1,000 stories
I'm gonna.
left.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna try to have one podcast come out per week. Right?
Yeah.
So obviously this is the one for this week.
Yeah.
Well, eventually you do realize you're gonna be doing this every day when I'm done with you, right?
I know. We're
Okay.
we're
Just
working
no,
towards that. You know, I'm still
well,
working.
I would I think it would be good to do it every day.
Whoa,
but
Matt, who asked you?
whatever.
Well,
What do I know?
basically-
I'm unemployed, so
Basically, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to get a podcast every single week. I have a list of a ton of guests that I'm gonna have.
yeah.
Some of them you're gonna fucking really like. I have when I get Josh on here, he's a fucking genius, dude.
Who's Josh?
The
Josh
kid
is a
that you
man-
work with.
He's a
right?
manager of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, the nerd kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
dude, he is so smart. Like everything that comes out of, and there's times where he's talking at work about philosophy, and I see all the women just like sit down and go, "Oh my
Hate
god,
philosophy.
he's so
Can't stand
smart,
it.
he's so smart." And I honestly love
I
talking
like
to him.
philosophy.
So I'm gonna try to have Josh and Jose on at the same time. I'm gonna try to orchestrate
for
that.
disaster.
That's a recipe for a disaster. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Next week, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to do a podcast because I'm gonna be in Denver. Me and my wife are gonna take a vacation over to
Oh,
the
I see.
Colorado
You're gonna be-
Springs. You know, we may dabble in that too. And I'm gonna go over it. And then I'm gonna have a girl named Justine Cruz on the show, and she's actually doing a business where she's gonna be living in Jamaica, and in Jamaica she's gonna have people like you can buy a package to go to Jamaica, and then she will take you around to show you all the hot spots.
That's not a business. That's a vacation.
It's a vacation. No,
That you get paid to do.
no, she's gonna do that forever.
It's like a guide.
That's a tourist
Yeah,
guide.
it's amazing. And there's gonna be like obviously little things that she's gonna have like because the ganja's out there and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's awesome, and I want to have her on after I come back from Denver so we can like kind of like I can tell her what it was like in Denver.
have some experience.
It's gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? So there's her, and then I want to have. I'm trying to get my wife on here, but the only way I can get her on here is with two other girls. So there's a couple of people that I have in
That's
mind.
alarming.
So
Yeah.
me and Chris, dude.
Yeah.
Bunch of pitches.
But basically, so I think it's settled. This is the Free Bridge podcast with your host Brian. It's
You
the
need a
name,
new picture. That's the only thing.
the picture. Yeah,
I agree. The picture is very misleading.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have a girl named Kiara. She's I asked her if she can like.
Brian, I have a guy named Chris who has an iPhone that can take a picture of the
No,
bridge.
I know. But like she's an
Professional.
artist. She's an artist. And
yes.
Oh,
she,
draw.
dude, she
Yes,
makes
yes, yes.
beautiful
Dude,
artwork.
we should get
dude.
Andy
It's
to
so
take
realistic.
We should get Andy to draw it. He would do it.
Yo.
Andy?
Our cousin Andy.
Yo, anybody. I don't fucking care. I'll look at them all.
We should have Andy on the
I could have,
podcast.
and I can even find a way to put his artwork on. So
Don't be
if anybody
sexist.
wants to submit anything, I'll fucking put it on there.
Well, he's a CIA grad.
Oh, there you go.
culinary-
And
CIA.
when he,
arts.
I was
So
going to
he's
say,
like-
not CIA,
not
what you're
listen, Brian.
thinking.
Not the important
Sound like
Listen,
it-
Brian, when you take this picture, you have to burn it immediately after you look at it,
No,
or it'll kill you.
Culinary Institute of America.
One of the things that I forgot on the other podcast, I said at the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. If you did like what you heard, please like the video on
subscribe.
YouTube and subscribe to the channel.
It's free.
As I continue to grow,
For now.
yeah, as I continue to grow, I'm going to try to get more content, more like in different content. You know, like if somebody has an idea for like a video or whatever, I'll do that. I'll run with that. I don't care. But basically, that's it. I have more guests that I'm going to have on. The Felicos are going to be on again.
Oh,
We're regulars.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
be
Absolutely,
staples.
dude.
We're like staples of this.
And now that we got that out of the way, now that you met them, we can just jump right into fucking business.
Jump right in.
Any topic, we'll talk about it. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
care.
I don't know,
care.
like my bachelor party.
Like your back.
Oh my God.
See,
dude.
that's the thing. I didn't tell my wife about that, but I am going to tell her first.
Oh, she's gonna.
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
She
I can't
has
have
to
her find out
from
on
here.
the podcast.
Oh, come on.
We got hustled. I'll just say that
Well,
much.
not all of us did.
I
Not all
did.
of us. Just you and
just me
Angela.
and Angela because I fucking followed his
Come on,
lead.
go-
That's what
dude,
happens when you give
That's
him
what
the
happens
keys.
when you follow Genghis Khan.
But
Wait.
anyways,
Well, wait,
into
Brian.
the jungle.
Don't you have to like get like a sponsor?
oh yeah, win that sponsor.
Yeah,
We're talking about that. Win that sponsor. So also keep those comments going. If you guys have a funny
Do you have
product
any
or
new
service,
ones? from last time?
I didn't get any new ones.
No?
No one has sent me anything.
That's not good.
No,
That's not a
nobody
healthy
likes
for
us.
us.
Nobody
I'll
likes
have
us.
to reevaluate that as the business
Yeah.
manager.
I
of
guess,
the
we'll
show.
see. I guess we'll see.
Wouldn't that sponsor though would be such a great fucking
Well,
segment
well,
just
the
to talk
sponsor
about.
for this, I would say, would be Docs, right?
Docs is it's a pear.
Doc's Draft Pear
It's a
Hard
pear
Apple
cider.
Cider.
It's
the
a
great
pear hard.
American
So they
cider.
do apple
Yeah.
cider, they do pear cider, they do what else? Do they
Listen,
do?
their slogan is "We grow apples, we know cider." Okay, and no one does it better than Doc's.
And for some reason, they have a picture of a giant penis on their
a
bottle,
pear.
which is weird. I don't know why they have that.
Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. T.S. Eliot, right there, my
Listen,
friend.
they did right by you, so
They did
Actually,
right by
I'm a
me.
fan of
I-
Docs.
I-
I
so-
think it tastes good.
so-
Gluten free.
So here's the thing: on the next podcast, it's not going to be next week, but the week
No.
after, I'm going to do one with Josh and Jose. I'm going to fucking get them on here. I don't
Do
give a
it.
shit. That one's going to be a crazy
Can
one.
I
'cause
Wait,
view it?
Jose's coming up here?
Jose's going to be up here.
Nice,
He's coming.
dude.
I'm not going to DC ever again. Fuck that.
Can I view it while it's happening?
Like, if you want, yeah.
I am the business manager.
You
so-
can, sure, you can be here.
Dude, grab me a mic. Nah, maybe. I
you-
would love to.
I,
but-
honestly, I want them to have their time
Their
together
time.
because it's going to be fucking balls to the wall.
Fireworks?
Yeah, they might even kiss afterwards. I hope.
That's not good.
I would
love you
watch.
so much.
But anyways, once again, if you liked what you heard, please like and subscribe. You've been listening to the Free Bridge podcast, and I'll see you next time. If you have any questions or you want to comment, please comment below. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Take care.